Second, we will address public and some events. Allies are stepping up their efforts on defense spending and expect around 2/3.
That one. Hey, good morning. Happy Falafel Day. It's Falafel Day.
Defense this year.
Notably absent at the meeting was the Hungarian president, emphasizing the split among Central European nations amid Hungarian Prime Minister Orban's close ties to Russia's Vladimir Putin and refusal to give arms to Ukraine. But even as they prepare to vote on a formal ban on churches with women pastors, delegates to the Southern Baptist Convention annual meeting voted overwhelmingly Tuesday to boot one such church from its ranks. Messengers, as voting representatives are known, voted 6,759 to 563 to House First Baptist Church, Alexandria, a historic Virginia congregation that affirms women can serve in any pastoral role, including as senior pastor. A similar scenario played out at last year's meeting. Two congregations, including a well-known California megachurch, were ejected from the convention. 92% of messages approved this year's election. More on the way on this Wednesday morning. We're just getting started. Grab the coffee. Let's go. You've got America's First News.
America's First News with Matt Ray.
You know, it's true. Difficult times in a way of focusing us. We have to think about what matters most when it comes to our spending, our healthcare. This is why so many people are joining Medishare right now. Medishare is a trusted way to save up to 50% on your monthly healthcare.
I gotta decide
More
on
than
something.
400,000 people have already made the
I
switch.
still have this as a
It's pretty
backup.
obvious why, especially now during this
Just in
challenging
case.
season with healthcare costs
Hazardous
and
waste
out-of-pocket
drop-off.
expenses going up. Medishare can save you a lot of money. A
Okay.
typical family saves $500 a month. Medishare works.
Woo!
It's been around for 30 years. Members have
Who are we gonna
shared
shout out?
$5 billion of each other's bills. There are different options to choose from to fit your budget. I'll give you a number here in a second. And if you call, you can get a price within 2 minutes. Maybe now, the perfect time
Lincoln.
to switch and start saving. Here you go. Call 855-SHARE-40. That's 855 SHARE. 855-SHARE-40.
And good Wednesday morning to you. It is Wednesday, June 12th, and it is 14 minutes past the top of the hour, 6:14 a.m. And hey, good morning to you, Lincoln. Currently, it is 69 degrees right now. Buckle up, gang. It is going to be triple digits, looking for a high today of 100 degrees. Like it or not, here it is. All right, let's turn it over now to the Fox Business Report.
I'm Elizabeth McDonald, and this is the Fox Business Report.
The Fed wrapping up its two-day meeting this afternoon. It's not expected to lower interest rates. Investors are looking to see whether there are signs that
Look at me nose.
later this year. Billionaire Elon Musk is dropping his lawsuit against OpenAI. Musk, who was co-founder of OpenAI in 2015, sued the company and two of his fellow co-founders, arguing they breached its founding mission of developing open-source artificial general intelligence
Game night.
technology for humanity's benefit. No reason was given for the application to dismiss the suit. And a Microsoft-backed French tech startup looking to take on OpenAI and become Europe's AI champ has reportedly raised $645 million in its latest round of funding. Mistral AI is now valued at $6 billion. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Lillian Wu.
Invested in you.
You can host the best backyard barbecue. Find a professional on Angie to make your backyard the best around. You have the skilled professionals to get all your home projects done well. Inside to outside, repairs to renovations. Get started on the Angie app.
Here we go.
Or visit
3,
Angie.com today.
2,
You can
1,
do this when you Angie
go.
At Sunrise Natural Foods.
I'm always nervous my mic isn't muted during commercials. I used to co-host a show with a guy. He was the main host, and he would also control the board. And so many times he'd forget to mute the mic during commercials. I was like, Dominic, the mic.
In Auburn and in Roseville, and always sunrisenaturalfoods.net.
16 minutes past the top of the hour, 6:16 a.m. Hey, let's talk about another event for the calendar. You're looking for a night out? You're looking for maybe a date night, a night to take the kiddos out or the grandkiddos out, or just a night out for yourself? Maybe it's just for you. and you're like, look, I'm going to meet some new friends. I'm going to widen my circle. Either way, game night is happening at the Farmers Marketplace. That's going to be June 21st. That's a Friday night from 6 to 8 p.m. Now, where is the Farmers Marketplace? Chris, I've heard about this place. Where the heck is it? Where can I find it? Great question. It's at 195 Elm Avenue here in Auburn. Now, this is a free event. Free. Come on. That's great on the old pocketbook there. Now, snacks and beverages will be provided for purchase. You can also bring your own. You can find out more and RSVP at thefarmersmarketplace.com. That's thefarmersmarketplace.com. Or you can call them 916-390-7628. Again, it's game night. It's happening Friday, June 21st, 6 to 8 p.m. Games provided, or, bring your own board games, cards, some good times. Create memories with families and friends. Again, at Family and Friends. There we go. June 21st, 6 to 8 p.m. Find out more information and RSVP online at thefarmersmarketplace.com. Thefarmersmarketplace.com. Back with more after this.
In air conditioning business, the state of California has millions of regulations, but
Look at that little doggy out there.
almost nothing when it comes to the technical knowledge required of a heating and air technician.
That means they can send a salesman to your home that looks.
It's funny to me that people drive into town to then walk their dogs. Do you not live in a spot where you can walk your dog? No, maybe. I don't know.
With our 2 to 3 hour truly comprehensive two-part service of both your furnace and your air conditioner with a written guarantee against breakdown, or the service will be free all year long. It'll cost $78 or save $2,500 on a brand new heating and air system plus an additional $500 rebate. Replace your old R22 system. Details at 916-378-6270 or BigMountainAir.com.
18 minutes past the top of the hour, 6:18 a.m. Coming up in our next segment, Sports Ball. Are you a fan of the Bay Area baseball teams? Oof, rough night yesterday. Also, later on in the 7 o'clock hour, Placer County's going to chat for a bit. And then the 8 o'clock hour, Haseed from Falafel. It's Falafel Day, y'all. Get ready to talk about falafels. Off now to America's. See you back here in just a bit.
Good Wednesday morning, America's First News continues. And 8 people from Tajikistan with suspected ties to the Islamic State group have been arrested in the United States in recent days, according to multiple reports. It took place in New York, Philadelphia, and Los Angeles. Individuals who entered the U.S. through the southern border are being held on immigration violations. The nature of their suspected connections to ISIS wasn't immediately clear, but the individuals were being tracked by the FBI's Joint Terrorism
Auburn Journal Girl Athlete of the Year list honorable mentions Gray Wilson, Del Oro in soccer. Wilson specialized in one sport and became one of the top prospects in the nation. The future Miami Hurricane 3 goals in the regular season and didn't allow any goals in Sac Joaquin section playoffs, helping elevate the Golden Eagles to Sierra Foothill Foothill League and San Joaquin section titles. Wilson also helped lead Del Oro to a top 15 national ranking during the season.
Notable that he chose the profession of policing post 2020. It's even more notable that he affirmatively chose Minneapolis.
Okay, let's look up Falafel Corner.
Of all the cities,
Falafel Corner.
Officer
Auburn.
Jamal Mitchell was here for a reason.
I've said this since the day he died.
Falafel Corner.
Every day for as long as I live. Minneapolis police officer
Link in new tab.
represented all that is
Three.
about the women of the Minneapolis Police
Okay,
Department.
falafel. Ooh, that looks good. Fresh, healthy, halal. Oh, that looks good. Like pita. Okay, what's the falafels? Falafel wrap? Hero wrap. Okay, so they have heroes. So it's kind of in the same chicken wrap.
The hero of the city of Minneapolis.
Philly wrap. Okay. Hello. Burgers.
In the South Minneapolis neighborhood of Whittier. Mitchell was the first to respond and approached 35-year-old Mustafa Muhammad outside. When the officer asked if Muhammad was injured, he pulled out a gun and shot Mitchell several times. Another officer arrived and exchanged gunfire with Muhammad, who died of his injuries.
Falafel. It's funny. The more you say something, the more you're like, "What? Am I saying that right?"
Elections boosted by the outcry following mass shootings at schools and other public places, in addition to the nation's daily gun violence. Now, gun control advocates and many Democrats see additional openings created by hardline positions of the gun lobby and their most influential champion, former President Donald Trump. They also point to
Mediterranean restaurant.
Rifle Association, which is
all right.
Leadership shuffles. Membership declines after a key former executive was found to have expensed private jet flights and accepted vacations from group vendors. At a Washington conference hosted by
now I'm getting hungry looking at this.
Fund on Tuesday, President Joe Biden rattled off a list of gun-related accomplishments during his administration.
Everything from cracking down on ghost guns, contracting, so much more.
Phone's ringing.
Folks, we're not stopping there.
KAHI Radio.
And assault weapons.
That is on right now.
After a school shooting in Iowa, killed a
Starts at 6 a.m.
You remember what he said? He said, have to get over it. Hell no, we don't have to get over it. We gotta stop it.
Oh, Doug said, yeah, he all of a sudden they just stopped airing the show. And so it wasn't coming over the satellite. So I think we've got Dr. Asa in there right now. Oh, I can barely hear you. What was that? Matt Ray is on. Yeah, 6 to 9 finish out, or 6 to 9 finish out the 8 o'clock hour with the O'Reilly report. Yeah, you're welcome. Crazy early radio host morning energy.
Match the global economies to 20% in 2023. However, it cautioned that global growth remains sluggish by past standards, and poorest countries are struggling under the weight of heavy debts and high interest rates, and that includes trade barriers endanger prosperity worldwide. The brutal wars in Ukraine and Gaza are inflicting further pressures on regional economies. Muslim pilgrims have been streaming into Saudi Arabia's holy city of Mecca ahead of the start of the Hajj later this week, as the annual pilgrimage returns to its monumental scale. Saudi officials say more than 1.5 million pilgrims arrived in the country by Tuesday, the vast majority are here from across the world. More are expected. Hundreds of thousands of Saudis and others living in Saudi Arabia will also join it. The pilgrimage officially begins Friday. Saudi officials have said they expect the number of pilgrims this year to exceed 2023, when more than 1.8 million performed Hajj, approaching pre-pandemic levels. The Apple jumped into the race this week to bring generative artificial intelligence to the masses, spotlighting two features designed to soup up the iPhone, iPad, and Mac. The company known for its marketing prowess, the AI technology known as Apple Intelligence. We are embarking on a new journey to bring you intelligence that understands you. Apple Intelligence is the personal intelligence system that puts powerful generative models right at the core of iPhone, iPad, and Mac.
Siri, when is my mom's flight landing? What's awesome is that Siri actually cross-references flight details that my mom shared with me by email with real-time flight tracking to give me her up-to-date arrival time.
And if you jump into a particularly long email when you're in a hurry, you can tap to reveal a summary at the top of the email and cut right to the chase.
Show me my photos of Stacy in New York in color, and Siri will bring those right up. Then you might say, make this photo pop, and Siri will enhance it, just like that.
Because Apple Intelligence is improving your photo library, you can simply pick someone and create a Genmoji that looks just like them. Apple Intelligence is available for free with iOS 18, iPadOS 18, and macOS Sequoia, bringing you personal intelligence across the products you use every day. Apple acknowledged during its Worldwide Developers Conference it needs needs help catching up. Companies like Microsoft and Google, Apple's leaning on ChatGPT to do so, led by the San Francisco startup OpenAI, to make its often bundled virtual assistant Siri smarter and more helpful. Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak
this is good.
On Bloomberg.
Especially I'm afraid of whenever it's some kind of AI is speaking for me. I want to be myself. I want to be the one speaking. But all the demos today were pretty much, you had a choice to circle some little area and let it go and do its magical wonders, or rewrite something, and you chose to do it.
Ooh, these are good questions.
The result and determining as a human, how does that make it work? So this is one more type of AI, Apple Intelligence. You often ask Siri to do something that's a very simple statement. Siri knows how to do it. Good. If you ask something that any human being would understand, it's slightly complicated. One extra word, Siri sometimes have trouble with it. So I'm hoping to see that finally improve, because I like using Siri an awful lot.
Apple's full suite of
I like using Siri an awful lot.
Recent models of the iPhone, iPad, and Mac, because the devices require advanced processors. Reach out to me across the board on social media. We are just getting started.
Grab the coffee, let's go.
I am Dr. Arteries make a gas. Actually, 3 gases. I am Dr. Nick, and nitric oxide is a gas.
Oh.
All day long.
Game 3.
Keep our arteries open by relaxing the blood vessel walls. By doing this, our circulation is increased, bringing blood, oxygen, and nutrients to every part of your body. Both age and poor diet can lead to a loss of this precious gas. Blood pressure can go up, energy can go down, and you can get tingling in your hands and feet. Well, our product, Ultimate Nitric Oxide, can easily help fix this lack of nitric oxide. Go to TotalWellness.com. That's TotalWellness.com. Where we're helping you to look good, feel good, and enjoy total wellness.
In today's troubled world, our USA Armed Forces stand ready to protect you, your family, and our American way of life. When veterans return to civilian life, they deserve your recognition and support. You can help put vets to work by donating your car, truck, or van to Patriotic Hearts. Your donation will directly support programs to help vets find jobs.
Okay, here we go.
Their own business.
30 seconds, Adam. 30 seconds.
Renting or not. Operators
Colors,
are standing by
pop
to answer
talk.
questions about
Okay,
making a tax-deductible vehicle donation. Find out how you can make a difference in the life of the United States veteran. Call 800-209-4580 for 24-hour response. Call 800-209-4580. 800-209-4580. That's 800-209-4580.
And good Wednesday morning to you. It is Wednesday, June 12th, and it is 30 minutes past the top of the hour, 6:30 a.m. And hey, good morning to you, Meadow Vista. Currently, it is 69 degrees where you're at right now, looking for a high today of 95 degrees. All right, there's the sports ball music. Let's get right into it. NBA, starting on the hardwood. No game yesterday. Game 3 is today. Celtics versus the Mavericks, 5:30 p.m. this evening, ABC. If you're following that, Boston leads the series right now 2-0. Heading over to the major leagues right now. Woof. If you are a fan of Bay Area sports teams, rough yesterday. Astros defeat the Giants 3-1. Astros capitalize on a throwing error to take the lead in the game. Oh, yikes. Also, not so great news for Giants fans. Dodgers yesterday stomped the Rangers. Oh my gosh, 15-2. Ouch. And A's versus the Padres. Why not? Padres walk it off for the win. Padres win that one 4-3. All right, A's are going to wrap up that series with the Padres today. We've got a afternoon game. So radio start time is at 12:30 p.m. this afternoon, and then the first pitch is at 1:10 p.m. So A's catch all the action here this afternoon at 12:30. That's our radio start time. First pitch is at 1:10. A's are going to finish that series against Padres today. D-backs versus the Angels. Diamondbacks bite there and win that one 9-4. Blue Jays versus the Brewers, if you care about that one, 3-0. And Yankees over the Royals. Man, another big win there, 10-1. Heading locally here, continuing now with the Auburn Journal Girl Athlete of the Year honorable mention list. Listen to this one. Gray Wilson Del Oro in soccer. Wilson specialized in one sport and became one of the top prospects in the nation. The future Miami Hurricane allowed just 3 goals in the regular season and didn't allow any goals in the San Joaquin section playoffs, helping elevate the Golden Eagles to Sierra Foothill League and San Joaquin section titles. Wilson also helped lead Del Oro to a top 15 national ranking during the season. Congratulations to Gray Wilson, honorable mention list for the Girl Athlete of the Year in the Auburn Journal. Back with your KAHI weather right after this.
Department store. You don't have to battle for parking. Parking is very close to the front door, and you don't need a membership card to get inside to do your job. McCullough, Auburn's department store, has everything you need right now for the warmer weather.
All right, Timmy, you're up.
Wednesday morning, the heat advisory will continue today. Mostly sunny skies, 95 to 100. Southwest wind about 10 miles per hour. Moving around 59, 60 overnight, mostly clear skies. Southwest wind at 10 miles per hour Thursday, mostly sunny, not quite as hot, near 90. And we'll stay near 95 with mostly sunny skies. Those interviews will be from forecast with sunshine. This will be about September. From 104.5 to AM 950.
33 minutes past the top of the hour, 6:33 a.m. Nope, we're not to the end of the show just yet. Hang on there, Chris. Coming up next hour, Placer County Supervisor Jim Holmes is going to swing by. Going to have a chat here. Always enjoy chatting with Jim. And in the 8 o'clock hour, Haseed from Falafel Corner is going to stop in. Today is Falafel Day. Do you know what a falafel is? Do you like the falafels? Should we find out what all is it? Is it a dish? Is it an ingredient? I was looking at their website. Their food looks really good. We'll talk all about that. Falafel Corner here in Auburn. Off now to America's First News. See you back here with KAHI News right after this.
Chase for miles from Atlanta into an outlying suburb, striking several vehicles as it barreled rush hour traffic with frightened passengers aboard. TV News helicopters followed the dramatic chase of the transit bus, which police said took off after officers responded to a report of gunfire on the bus and a possible hostage situation near downtown Atlanta. Police Chief Darren Tierbaum and Mayor Andre Dickens.
Our 911 center at about 4:30 received a report of an emergency on a bus.
All right. Off now to practice the news. Back with more after this.
There were 17 individuals on the bus, including the bus driver. Unfortunately, as the mayor stated, one individual has died of injuries or been shot. My heart goes out to the family of one individual that is deceased at this time. My heart also goes out to the individuals that have to endure this frightening journey across multiple jurisdictions this evening that was on this bus here. And also earlier today, we had individuals at the Peachtree Center mall downstairs at the food court that were shot by another individual.
39-year-old Joseph Greer was taken into custody as police swarmed all around the bus. Greer had previously been arrested 19 times for felony convictions, meaning he shouldn't have had a gun, according to the police chief. Like graduating seniors everywhere else, members of Newtown High School's class of 2024 expect bittersweet feelings at their commencement ceremony. Excitement about heading off to college or careers, and sadness about leaving their friends and community. About 60 of the 330 kids graduating Wednesday will also be carrying the emotional burden that comes from having survived one of the deadliest school shootings in U.S. history, and knowing many former classmates won't get to walk across the stage with them. 20 of their fellow first graders and 6 educators were killed at Sandy Hook Elementary School. And The Supreme Court is headed into its final few weeks, with nearly half of the cases heard this year still undecided, including ones that could reshape the law on everything from guns to abortion to social media. Justices are also still weighing whether former President Donald Trump is immune from criminal prosecution in the election interference case against him within a month after hearing arguments. The court heard 61 cases this term and 29 remain unresolved, with some decisions expected Thursday and Friday. Trump is arguing that former presidents are immune from prosecution for official acts they took in office, and that the indictment he faces on charges of election interference must be dismissed. A federal judge Tuesday struck down a 2023 Florida law that blocked gender-affirming care for transgender minors and severely restricted such treatment for adults, calling the statute unconstitutional. Senior Judge Robert Hinkle said the state went too far when it barred transgender minors from being prescribed puberty blockers and hormonal treatments with their parents' permission. He also stopped the state from requiring that transgender adults only receive treatment from a doctor and not from a registered nurse or other qualified medical practitioner. And he barred opinion on online treatment for transgender adults. The judge said transgender people are constitutionally entitled to the legitimate treatment they need, and, quoting the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr., compared those who oppose it to those who were once against equality for minorities and women. Turning to sports this morning, in Shohei Ohtani, Freddie Freeman, Teoscar Hernandez, and Jason Hayward homered in a 7-run 6th inning as the LA Dodgers routed the defending World Series champion Texas Rangers 15-2 Tuesday. Will Smith blasted a 3-run shot in the first, giving the Dodgers a lead they never relinquished in the opener of the Interleague Series. Their 15 runs were a season high. Aaron Judge hit his major league leading 25th home run with a 436-foot shot, 2-run drive into the fountain behind the center field seats, and the New York Yankees routed the Kansas City Royals 10-1 Tuesday for their 11th win in 14 games. Blaine Thomas hit a sac fly in the top of the 10th inning, and the Washington Nationals beat Detroit 5-4. Riley Green turned a 3-run triple into a Little League grand slam as he took home on the throwing unit.
Riley Green charges it. Deep right field, Thomas at the wall, and it's off the face of the fence. This game is tied. Riley Green demolishes the baseball, and he's not done. Here he comes. Tigers lead. Around the bases for Riley Green.
The call on Valley Sports, Kyle Finnegan, who got the last out of the night, pitched a perfect 10th to get the win for the Nats. Randall Grichuk had a 2-run homer as part of a 3-hit night, finishing a single short of the cycle, while Corbin Carroll was a homer shy of the night. The Arizona Diamondbacks beat the LA Angels 9-4 Tuesday. The Cal Raleigh hit a go-ahead 2-run double in the 7th inning, and the Mariners with a 4-3 comeback win over the White Sox. It was the second consecutive night that Raleigh drove in a winning run after he hit a walk-off grand slam against Chicago Monday. On the hardwood, Kristaps Porzingis is uncertain but playing Game 3 of the NBA Finals for the Boston Celtics. He has a rare tendon injury in his lower left leg, suffered in the third quarter of Boston's 105-98 win for a 2-series lead. It now shifts to Dallas this evening, where Kyrie Irving says he has to play better. Irving, who's been down 0-2 before, was asked what he told fellow superstar Luka Doncic.
Yeah, well, it started with me. Just telling my mom, I got to play better for him alongside him. And, in order for us to, accomplish our goal, we both have to be playing well, and we both have to be doing the little things and doing whatever it takes to win. So, easy conversation, but it started with me reaching out, just letting him know that it's my fault, taking accountability for not playing particularly well. But also I gotta continue to trust my guys around us or around me, and have fun in the process. We've gotten this far because we've been a great team, not because we've just put it on me and Luka. It's been a total team effort, total organizational effort to get this far. So we just gotta keep trusting that. So pretty simple conversation.
Irving shot only 35% in the first 2 games of these finals in Boston, averaging 14 points and 4 assists in his former home arena. He shot 50% or less in each of his last 10 games against the Celtics. For Boston, Jason Tatum knows he has to play better, shooting a dismal 12 for 38 from the field, just 31%, the worst by far of any starter in the series. Dallas is a rare 2.5-point favorite for Game 3, according to BetMGM Sportsbook, one of the few times this season Boston has been the underdog. And the W, Alana Smith scored 18 points. Kayla McBride had 16 and 8 assists as the Minnesota Lynx beat the Las Vegas Aces 186. All 5 starters for Minnesota scored in double figures. Bridget Carlton and Courtney Williams each had 15. And Nefessa Collier had 14 points, 6 boards, and 6 assists. Las Vegas lost for the 3rd straight game. Its worst 10-game start to a season since 2018. They're 5-5. In the first month of the WNBA season drew its highest audience since the league's 2nd season in 1998 and the best TV ratings in history. The WNBA announced Tuesday the figures are the latest evidence of the surging popularity of the league. Since it added prominent rookies, including Indiana's Caitlin Clark, Chicago's Angel Reese, and LA's Cameron Brink, all of whom drew big audiences playing in college. Across all of the networks, games are averaging 1.32 million viewers, nearly tripling last season's average of 462,000. And Tiger Woods is back at the U.S. Open, his first since Wingfoot in 2020 and 19 years after he finished as the runner-up in North Carolina at Pinehurst. Woods says he feels strong enough to win the major, which would be his first since his 2021 car crash in Los Angeles that shattered his right leg and ankle.
It's going to feel like home. This is hot human is what we deal with every single day in Florida, so that's nothing new. It's a matter of just making sure that I keep hydrated, and the mental tax that the heat will bring is going to bring it to all of us, not just me. Right? Everyone's going to be tested. Yeah, I do. I do. I do feel like I have the strength to be able to do it. It's just a matter of doing it. This golf course is going to test every single aspect of your game. Especially mentally, and just the mental discipline that it takes to play this particular golf course. It's going to take a lot, and we've been working on that and making sure that I understand the game plan and be ready, in 2 more days.
For Woods, the first step is making the weekend. He set the record at the Masters by making his 24th consecutive cut, but then he missed the cut badly in the PGA Championship. Reach out to me anytime across the board on social media at Matt Ray Talk. More on the way on this Wednesday morning. You're listening to America's First News.
Breaking news first. America's First News. Coast to coast with Matt Ray.
In a study, it was found that 33% of 44 herbal supplements had no trace of the advertised herb. Don't let that happen to you. Hi, this is Dr. Mitch. If you want to ensure quality, please go to Total Wellness.
Go to Total Wellness.
It's made for consumers only now available here too. TotalWellness.com.
Ready? Extreme.
7.9% with Hot Shot Secret Gasoline Extreme. The solution to maximize your engine's performance and fuel economy. Whether you're driving a sports car or a daily commuter,
Powered by science.
Especially formulated with PEA to deep clean. Don't settle for an average driving experience. Upgrade to Hot Shot Secret Gasoline
Okay.
Extreme on each tank. Order now on Amazon or HotShotSecret.com. Hot Shot Secret, powered by science.
And good Wednesday morning to you. It is Wednesday, June 12th. It is 15 minutes to the top of the hour, 6:45 a.m. And hey, good morning to you, Shingle Springs. Currently, it is 70 degrees where you're at right now, looking for a high today of 96 degrees. Hey, let's talk about another event for the calendar coming this weekend. You might be thinking, I got some of this hazardous waste around the house. I need to get rid of this. Is there anywhere that I can get rid of this? Well, good news. There is a place where you can get rid of it this weekend, Saturday, June 15th at Colfax High School off of Ben Taylor Road there, or next Saturday, June 22nd at Forest Hill High School at 23319 Forest Hill Boulevard. That's great, Chris. What can I bring to this? Well, let me tell you what you can bring to this. You can bring acceptable items are cleaners, medications, sharps, batteries, pesticides, aerosol cans, compressed gas cylinders, fluorescent tubes. Oh, I got some of those I got to get rid of. Oil filters, paint, auto fluids. Oh, some of that too. Max is 15 gallons or 125 pounds per vehicle. Now, Chris, there must be unacceptable items. Is that correct? Yes, absolutely. And let me tell you what those are. Medical waste, other than sharps and medications, refrigerators, ammunition and explosives, gas cylinders larger than 5 gallons, radioactives or PCBs, tires, electronic waste like computers. Can't bring those but you can bring cleaners, medications, sharps, batteries, pesticides, aerosol cans, compressed gas cylinders, as long as it's under 5 gallons, fluorescent tubes, oil filters, paint, and auto fluids. Placer County residents, only you'll have to show ID to prove that you are a Placer County resident. It's from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. So again, Saturday, June 15th, Colfax High School, or Saturday, June 22nd, Forest Hill High School. Hazardous waste drop-off. You can check it out from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. ID and proof of residence required. Back with your KAHI News right after this. And here's your KAHI News for this Wednesday, June 12th. I'm Chris Quant. Police find man suspected of kidnapping his girlfriend at Westfield Galleria in Roseville. This is from the Sacramento Bee. A Sacramento County man suspected of kidnapping his girlfriend was arrested Sunday at the Westfield Galleria Mall in Roseville. Roseville officers responded to a report of a woman screaming for help around Main Street near downtown Roseville as she was being pulled into a black BMW, the Roseville Police Department said Tuesday. Others nearby tried to help her as someone pulled her into the vehicle, but the car sped off with her inside. An ID card left behind was found at the scene, which later turned out to belong to the woman. Officers spoke with the victim over the phone, but she denied anything had happened and told officers she just wanted to go to sleep. Roseville officers later drove to her residence in Folsom to conduct a welfare check with authorities, but there was no answer at the door after repeated attempts, police said. Later that day, the Folsom Police Department received a call from the woman who told officers she had been a victim of domestic violence and was forced into the vehicle the night before by the suspect, whom she identified as her boyfriend. Officers located the boyfriend's vehicle Sunday afternoon at the Galleria and found the suspect inside the mall. He was arrested without incident, police said. He was identified as Roderick Mondale Lee Tinsley, 49, of Sacramento. The man was booked into Placer County Jail by Roseville police on suspicion of domestic violence and kidnapping, as well as a citizen's arrest for felony criminal threats. Tinsley was arraigned Tuesday afternoon in Placer Superior Court. He remains held without bail, according to jail logs. Man used lighter to ignite 35-acre fire in eastern Sacramento County, Metro Fire says. This is from the Sacramento Bee. Sacramento Metropolitan Fire District firefighters were told at about 7:20 p.m. Monday of a vegetation fire near Jackson Road, west of Excelsior Road. There we go. That quickly charred grassland as wind gusts spread the flames, said Battalion Chief Parker Wilburn. An agency spokesman. There were no injuries or damage to structures. Sacramento County deputies and fire arson investigators arrived at the scene and detained a man walking out of a property located south of the blaze, Wilburn said. Wilburn said in an update Tuesday that the 37-year-old man admitted to authorities that he had used a lighter to ignite flames. The suspect faces an arson charge and is being held in Sacramento County Main Jail on $50,000 bail. He is scheduled to be arraigned on Wednesday, today. Back with more news after this. That's going to take a lot of editing. I might have to just re-record that. Excelsior. Man, I practiced that twice. Excelsior.
Did you know that the Alliance has access to clinical trials, screening navigation, and treatment options? The Ready program helped me understand things and why non-doctors too.
Not doctors.
Everyone in 45 needs to get screened.
Learn about preventive screening and find support at colorectalcancer.org. Join the Alliance. Go to colorectalcancer.org. Small talk. Nobody likes small talk. It's boring, mindless,
empty, painful, hard, hopeless, and dull.
And dull.
We'll take it. Your small talk to foster care. Because just talking about the 700 kids that enter the system every day can help 700 kids that enter the system every day. Learn more at donateyoursmalltalk.org. Brought to you by Foster More.
Hey there, KAHI listeners. Producer Adam here to remind you to listen to Chris in the morning along with Matt Ray in America's First News. Get all the local news, weather, traffic, and local events you can handle, plus a healthy dose of daily dad jokes. Chris in the morning. Matt Ray, 6 a.m. here on FM 104.5 and AM 950 KAHI, the voice of the Falafels. I never miss it, and neither should you. My goodness, it's early.
Continuing with your KAHI news from the Morning Brew, looks like Skydance won't be buying Paramount, proving that Paramount Global doesn't save the drama for its movies. Chair Sherry Redstone has reportedly cut off merger talks with Skydance Media after the companies previously agreed to broad terms. Instead, Redstone will likely seek a buyer for Paramount's controlling shareholder, National Amusements, which she owns, without a separate merger for Paramount, according to the Wall Street Journal. Paramount's stock fell nearly 8% after the news broke. And from the Morning Brew, here's what else is brewing. 4 U.S. college instructors from Iowa Cornell College were stabbed in a park in China. Police have arrested a suspect. Elon Musk dropped his lawsuit against OpenAI and Sam Altman one day after threatening to ban Apple devices from his companies over its newly announced partnership with OpenAI, and one day before a judge was scheduled to consider whether to dismiss the suit. Justice Samuel Alito was secretly taped by an activist questioning bipartisanship and agreeing with the need to return the U.S. to, quote, a place of godliness, unquote. GM's board approved $6 billion in share buybacks as investors worry about the transition towards electric vehicles. A member of the Four Tops sued a hospital for racial discrimination, claiming doctors deemed him delusional when he said he was part of the famous singing group and ignored his real medical problems. And King Charles's first official portrait, already drubbed by critics, was vandalized by animal rights protesters. And finally, also from the Morning Brew, today's word of the day is, yeah, you probably guessed it, drubbed, meaning beaten severely or berated critically. And that's your KAHI news for this Wednesday, June 12th. I'm Chris Quant. On now to the California Ag Report.
This is the Ag Information Network.
That was probably short.
California's remaining apricot growers, they have a balance between supply and demand, allowing the crop to be profitable. From the California Farm Bureau, they report that the downward trend in production has reduced the sector to a fraction of what it once was, even though the Golden State remains the nation's top producer of apricots. So many apricot orchards have vanished that even a slight increase in acreage could bump it back up into an oversupply situation, said Stanislaus County grower Daniel Bays, who serves as president of the Apricot Producers of California. He adds that our biggest challenge as an industry is to try and grow consumer demand before we go hog wild planting new or additional acres of apricots. From the organization, the brief harvest takes place in June, most years, emphasis on most years there, with the fresh season lasting only weeks. They encourage you to enjoy the bounty of the annual summer's harvest fresh when available, but add that the freezing, canning, and drying processes lock in those summer flavors and nutrients at their peak, so you and others can enjoy these power-packed fruits year-round.
Central Coast growers know just how much damage aphids can do to leafy veg, cole, and brassica crops. But Versus insecticide from BASF makes all visible aphids disappear thanks to a unique, single, and targeted mode of action. Let's get the aphids' response to this simple, effective solution. Taking calls now to hear from those unhappy aphids. Hello? Annie?
Hello?
Making aphids disappear from leafy vegetable, cole, or brassica crops is easy with Versus insecticide. Always read and follow label directions.
Get the equipment and trucks you need at Ritchie Brothers' next Sacramento sale.
on June 12th and 13th. This online
Jen,
and financing is available. For more details, visit rbauction.com. Again, that's rbauction.com.
With California Ag Today on the Ag Information Network, I am Haley Ship.
Don't miss our Made in the USA sale. Naturewood Home Furnishings has always carried Sacramento's largest selection of American-made furniture, and it's all on sale now. The absolute best living rooms, bedrooms, dining rooms, mattresses, home office, and more. See, even an apartment. And we're proud to offer so many choices during this special sale. Naturewood, you know, the building with the water wheel.
Tell Brooke and Orion sent you.
hi, this is Mike Nichols. What are you doing Sunday?
What are you doing Sunday, baby?
Join me for the KAHI Swap Drop this Sunday morning at 8 o'clock. The KAHI Swap Drop. This and every Sunday morning starting at 8 here on FM 104.5, AM 950, and KAHI.com. The voice of the foothills.
What do you say now? It's a nice day now. What are you doing Sunday, baby?
Catch Sinatra and Friends, Saturdays and Sundays, right here on 104.5 FM and AM 950 KAHI. Join Frank and his friends, Sammy, Dean, Tony Bennett, and more, performing songs from the Great American Songbook. Sinatra and Friends Weekends, brought to you by Naturewood Home Furnishings on Bolsa Boulevard in Rancho Cordova. Right here on the Voice of the Foothills, 104.5 FM, AM 950, and streaming all over the world at KAHI.com.
When your mind creates an image, it's vivid. When your mind imagines a smell,
The bread, she's ready.
But the bread, she's ready.
when your mind exhibits a sound, you're standing there watching the action. Radio, the medium that works with your mind. Radio paints the picture. Radio touches the senses. Radio constructs the vision you never see. When radio is used creatively, effectively, it brings sight, sound, and feelings to everyone. Use radio for your message. There's no better way to get the word out. Call this station for details. On radio, the medium that works with your mind.
Walking into the building for the first time after the shooting, it was crippling, but it had to be preserved.
In response to the Pulse nightclub shooting that affected the LGBTQ community, Barbara Palmer, owner of Pulse, founded the One Pulse Foundation to honor Pulse victims and survivors.
If you're an ally of this community, speak out. There are more of us together than apart. It is the power of love, and it's we must pour.
Join the fight for LGBTQ acceptance.
FM 104.5, K2CM, Auburn, and AM 950, KAHI.
Yeah, close. And good Wednesday morning to you. It is Wednesday, June 12th, and it is right smack dab at the top of the hour. It is 7 a.m. here at FM 104.5, AM 950 KAHI, voice of the foothills. Good morning to you. Chris Quant holding it down here in beautiful Studio A in the KAHI studios in downtown Auburn. Taking a look outside. A little breezy out there, gang, and it is, I'll tell you, it's going to be a warm breeze out there. It's going to be a warmer one today. We'll check in with meteorologist Tim Root here in just a little bit to find out what our weather is looking like today as we're getting started with the day. I hope you're doing well. It's early. It's early yet. You're probably just getting into the day. If you're getting your coffee, if you're getting your tea, whatever beverage gets you started on the day. Maybe you're a shake. We've started doing shakes here lately at the Quant household. Really great. Really filling most of the time when I have a shake, and then I'm almost ready for a snack right after that. But hey, if you're doing the healthy shake thing, hats off to you. Glad that you're doing that. If it is your birthday today, happy stinking birthday to you. I hope you have a fantastic day today. You share a birthday. Have you heard of this Jordan Peterson guy? He's all the rage in my family right now. Canadian psychologist, professor, and cultural critic. My sister-in-law and brother-in-law went to see him down in Southern California month ago or something like that. Really, really like him. Jordan Peterson, born on this day in 1962. Anne Frank, remember Anne Frank, Anne Frank's Diaries, born on this day in 1929, passed away in the Holocaust in 1945. I shared in the first hour that in my early 20s, one of the first, no, it wasn't one of the first stage performances I did, was The Diary of Anne Frank. And the impact that made, I played Pater Von Dawn. So the Von Dawns were the other family that were hiding up in the attic with the Franks. And if you've not seen that show and you have a chance to see it, it is a very powerful experience of what it was like for the families going on there, and especially how the show ends with a monologue by the dad, Otto Frank. It's a very, very powerful show. Reminder of those events in that time and from her diaries, and hopefully the world never sees a time like that again. But Anne Frank, born on this day in 1929. Vic Damone, American singer-songwriter, actor, born on this day in 1928. And George H.W. Bush, American lieutenant and politician. You might know him as the 41st president of the United States. Passed away in 2018, but was born on this day in 1924. Also, fictitious birthday happening today. Why not get the fictitious ones in there? Supposedly on this day, June 12th, 1968, Marty McFly, Back to the Future, was born on this day. And also on this day from history, in 1987, might have remembered this famous speech by, speaking of a president, that's right. In 1987, at the Brandenburg Gate, U.S. President Ronald Reagan publicly challenged Mikhail Gorbachev to tear down the Berlin Wall. I think as a kid, I remember that. I remember hearing the tear down this wall. That was a very seminal speech, especially knowing that a few years later, it didn't take long, yeah, very, very famous speech. I think all of us that remember that were alive at that time, and the fact that the wall did get torn down a few years later, just kind of what a amazing time in history to see that come down, to see Berlin reunited once again. Very, very interesting time. All right, for that, now it's time. Oh no, I want to mention this too. Also, I love how this is phrased. In 1817. The earliest form of the bicycle, the dandy horse, was driven by Karl von Drais, German, probably German engineering. Speaking of Germany there. And on this day in 1939, the Baseball Hall of Fame opened in Cooperstown, New York. That is a bucket list item. I want to go to Cooperstown. Being a baseball fan, I do want to see the Baseball Hall of Fame. So I've got it. Producer Adam, add that to my bucket list. I forgot that I wanted to do that. All right. Now we need to check in with meteorologist Tim Root. Timmy, how are we looking out there for our weather today?
Take a bite out of your electricity
Let's pick up a radio star. minutes past the top of the hour, 7:06 a.m. We're going to take a little bit of a break here, but coming up in our next segment, we've got the your Wall Street, what is it? Your Fox Business Report. That's what I'm thinking. Sometimes things just fly right out of my mind. But I found an interesting thing in the Morning Brew here. When does a gas station become more than a gas station? When does it just become what it seems to be absolutely unnecessary? Have you heard of this Buc-ee's? We'll talk about Buc-ee's here in just a little bit, back after this. That wasn't a great tease.
Stop energy feeds and save. Brought to you by Pioneer Community Energy. As someone who came of age in the late 60s and spent all of the 70s in college and grad school, I had some personal experience with minor substance use and the reality. But I've never seen anything like what's going on in our country. With literally millions of people still believing falsehoods about who actually won the 2020 presidential election, and the reason that the president isn't actually their crimes, despite a unanimous conclusion of the jury, but instead vote the victim of a political attack. Folks, let's get real. Just because you don't like something doesn't make it true. However, the media universe is
Oh, hi. Good morning. Going to be talking about Buc-ee's. Have you heard about Buc-ee's?
that's called confirmation bias. From only believe what supports evidence and discount anything that contradicts those facts. But then we're living in our own fictional reality, just without the drugs.
Very interesting. What's a Buc-ee? I'll tell you here in just a little bit. Stay tuned. The tease is when does a gas station not become a gas station? We'll talk about that here in just a little bit. I'm about to tell the story of your guys' cross-country trip, or part of it anyway. 9 minutes past the top of the hour, 7:09 a.m. Now, when does a gas station become more than a gas station? We teased that right before going to the break there. And interesting thing, so my wife and my son, my wife had this, speaking of bucket lists, I mentioned that I want to go to Cooperstown to see the Baseball Hall of Fame as a bucket list. My wife always had a bucket list item of saying, she grew up in Meadow Vista, and she said, hey, I've always had this dream that I just want to go to the freeway there, hang a left, and just get on 80, just drive 80 all the way to the other side of the country. I know it goes all the way over to the other ocean, from ocean to ocean here, and I want to do it. And a couple of years ago, by gosh, I'm going to do it. She loaded up our youngest son. They both love to drive. They love being in the car, and literally packed up the van, put a mattress in there, slept in Walmart parking lots for a majority of the time, stayed with some friends along the way, stayed with some family other parts of the way, but basically made it from coast to coast, well, from Meadow Vista to New York. I remember being on the phone with her as she's looking for a parking spot in New York City. They're going to the Empire State Building. And did it. She crossed it off early. It was absolutely amazing. It was an epic trip. It was so fun to follow them as they were going across the country. But one of the stories that came out is they loved making the stops at the gas stations. And I think it was the Love's gas station. You know, if you're going on a road trip there and you see one of the Love's gas stations off there and you stop and you know that they've got the food in there. They've got maybe the little mini fast food restaurants in there. There's plenty of pumps there to fill up the car. It's just a great place to get out, stretch your legs, whatever. So they ended up getting these little stuffed animal collections at the different Loves as they were going across the country. And we call him Waffle Cat. It's this little cat that is like a little waffle thing. Anyway, he still sits in the kitchen today because, well, we love waffles. Waffles is a thing at the Quan House. But they love doing this little collection. But I was reading an article today here in the Morning Brew about when is a gas station more than a gas station. Now, I don't think we have many of these. I don't think we have any of these around here in California. But have you heard of these, the Buc-ee's here? It's, my goodness, well, check it out here. If you find yourself passing through Luling, Texas, needing a clean bathroom or a gas pump, you won't have to wait in line behind other cars to use, to wait in. I should read these things before I actually start reading them. Needing a clean bathroom or a gas pump, you won't have to wait in line behind other cars to use. You're in luck. Buc-ee's opened the world's largest convenience store there this week. The store boasts 75,000 plus square feet, and get this, 120 gas pumps. 120 gas. If you're on social media, if you watch any of these short video clips, there's people going into Buc-ee's. I think Lenny Kravitz got off of his bus one time and went into a Buc-ee's, and they followed him. And if you know who he is, a singer, and basically said this guy was just overwhelmed by this. Isn't it looks like it's supposed to be a gas station, but it's basically its own area code is what it is. It's got this new Buc-ee's has 120 gas pumps. That makes the new store bigger than the 74,707 square foot Buc-ee's in Tennessee, which was previously the world's biggest, and much larger than the typical store, which the National Association of Convenience Stores, if you didn't know that thing existed, a National Association of Convenience Stores, well, it does, says is less than 5,000 square feet. So a typical store, convenience store, and think like kind of like gas station, gas pump, whatever, 5,000 square feet or less. This new one, 75,000 plus square feet with 120 gas pumps. Plus, it sells barbecue and beaver nuggets. I don't know what those are. Maybe if anybody's familiar with Buc-ee's, has been to a Buc-ee's, knows about the Buc-ee's, can let me know what, or maybe just look them up online. Barbecue and beaver nuggets. I imagine it's some sort of snack. So yeah, if you find yourself passing through Luling, Texas, for whatever reason, the largest convenience store is there, Buc-ee's. It's a new Buc-ee's, 75,000 plus square feet, 120 gas pumps. Good gracious sakes alive. You got to ask sometimes, like, is it necessary? Do we need that many? I don't know. I don't know. They say everything's bigger in Texas. I guess it just has to be bigger in Texas. Hey, it is 14 minutes past the top of the hour, 7:14 a.m. Good morning to you, Rockland. Currently, it is 72 degrees where you're at right now. Looking for a high today. Everybody buckle up. Triple digits, 100 degrees. And right now, as we do during this time, we need to turn it over to the Fox Business Report.
Inflation continues to ease up on Americans, according to the Consumer Price Index.
Does it really? So did you find out what a Buc-ee's is now? I think it's mainly in the South. It's BUC-EES, I think. Buc-ee's.
From a year earlier. There was no monthly increase in May. Many economists have been looking for a 0.1% monthly gain. The European Union is slapping tariffs of up to 38% on electric vehicles imported from China. A European Commission official telling reporters that Chinese-built cars are benefiting from unfair levels of subsidies, threatening EU producers. The Fox Business Report. I'm Lillian Wu, invested in you. You can host the best backyard barbecue when you find a professional on Angie to make your backyard the best around. Connect with skilled professionals to get all your home projects done well, inside to outside, repairs to renovations. Get started on the Angie app or visit Angie.com today. You can do this when you Angie that.
Dr. Farm Supply, the Big Red Barn on Highway 80 in Newcastle. With the new year, it's time to spray the weeds, lay down the fertilizer, and soon.
Okay, let's announce the Colfax Farmers Market.
Well, it's true. Bring your plan to Dr. Farm Supply, and our knowledgeable staff will get you started. We've got your critters covered too, from livestock and poultry to cat and dog. You can feed them all. Dr. Farm Supply, the Big Red Barn on Highway 80 in Newcastle. Come see us for all your fair and farming and ranching needs.
16 minutes past the top of the hour, 7:16 a.m. Hey, are you looking for another event to go to? Maybe you're looking for, I just need another farmer's market during the week. I've got the ones on Saturday here. We've got the ones on Sunday. But hey, how about a farmer's market on Thursday? Well, Colfax has a farmer's market on Thursday. This started on May 23rd from 4 to 7 p.m. Thursdays in Colfax, going right downtown there. You've got a farmer's market. Every Thursday through the summer here, they've got organic, local produce, baked goods, flowers, crafts, vendors, games, music, family fun. That's downtown Colfax on South Main Street. Support local, always fresh food. If you've got any questions, you can email colfaxfarmersmarket@gmail.com, or you can call Jennifer at 916-903-6037. Again, it's the Colfax Farmers Market every Thursday evening starting at 4 p.m. going to 7 p.m. Again, organic local produce, baked goods, flowers, crafts, vendors, games, and music, family and fun. It's in downtown Colfax. Did you know there's a downtown Colfax? Where there is. It's on South Main Street in Colfax there. Again, find out more information or email colfaxfarmersmarket@gmail.com, colfaxfarmersmarket@gmail.com, or 916-903-6037. Back with more after this. Back with more after this. Voice goes up really high.
The Wildlife Care Association offers adventure, challenge, and satisfaction when you volunteer to care for injured birds and small animals.
Gotta get some daily dad jokes going here.
Returning wildlife to our communities. Visit wildlifecareassociation.com or call 916-965-WILD and get your adventure going.
Hello, KAHI listeners. This is Anna Hidalgo, your host of Time for Seniors. You might be used to hearing this at 6 a.m. on Saturday.
Every morning for the past 6 months, I announced loudly it's a running joke this year.
So tune in Saturdays at noon on FM 104.5, AM 950. KAHI, the voice of the foot.
18 minutes past the top of the hour, 7:18 a.m. Coming up in our next segment, your daily dad jokes. That's right, make you laugh, sigh. I'm guessing you'll probably roll your eyes at some of these. You can send me yours live at KAHI.com or call me 530-885-3565. And later on this hour, Placer County Supervisor Jim Holmes is going to join me here in the studio. We'll have a chat. It's always fun to have Jim in here. Off now to America's First News. I'll see you back here in just a little bit. All right. Every morning for the past 6 months, I announce loudly to my family that I'm going for a jog, and then I don't. It's my longest running joke of this year. Ew. Just reading that there's a small island off the coast of Italy with 5 million Sicilian people. That's the biggest number I've ever heard. 5 million Sicilian. Get it? That's good. All right. Sometimes I like to tuck my head and legs into my chest. It's just how I roll. Ew.
To exemplify the type of public servant the city's police force has been trying to recruit amid years of tumult. Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Fry, Police Chief Brian O'Hara.
All right, let's go to our Dad Jokes channel here to see if we can get somebody to email in Dad Jokes.
Even to his death in the hands of a person he was trying to save.
Notable that he was the profession of policing.
Let's go. We're going to scroll for a while here to get.
It's even more notable that he affirmatively chose Minneapolis.
It's pretty much all of the posts lately in the Dad Jokes channel is mine, or are mine.
In the world, of all the cities in the world, he chose us. Officer Jamal Mitchell was here for a reason.
I've said this since the day he died, and I will say this every day for as long as I live. Minneapolis police officer Jamal Mitchell did all that is good about the men and women of the Minneapolis Police Department.
We have some pretty big shoes to fill. I'm calling on every officer in this building to think about Jamal the next time that you get in that squad car. And remember that he would have wanted you to get out that car and engage with your communities. Mitch, we appreciate what you did, and this is not the end of your story.
Officer Jamal Mitchell, badge number 4819, the hero that the city of Minneapolis needed. Outstanding job, sir. Until we meet again.
In the May attack, officers responded to a call of a double shooting at an apartment complex in the South Minneapolis neighborhood of Whittier. Mitchell was the first to respond and approached 35-year-old Mustafa Muhammad outside. When the officer asked if Muhammad was injured, he pulled out a gun and shot Mitchell several times. Another officer arrived and exchanged gunfire with Muhammad, who died of his injuries. Others were shot inside the apartment and found dead.
My boss said he was going to fire the employee with the worst posture. I have a hunch it's
elections boosted by the outcry following mass. In addition to the nation's Democrats, the additional loans created by hardline positions of the gun lobby and their most influential champion, former President Donald Trump. They also point to controversy surrounding the National Rifle Association, which has undergone leadership shuffles. Membership declines after a key former executive was found to have expensed private jet flights and accepted vacations from vendors. At a Washington conference hosted by Every Town for Gun Safety Action Fund on Tuesday, President Joe Biden rattled off a list of gun-related accomplishments during his administration.
Everything from cracking down on those guns, gun trafficking, so much more.
There we go. And then,
We're not stopping yet.
listen, Jack.
It's time once again to do what I did when I was a senator. Ban assault weapons.
Let's see. What did Yogi Bear put in the picnic basket? Just the bear. What happens when you make an egg laugh? It cracks up. Why do oysters share their pearls? Because they're shellfish.
So you have to get over it. Hell no, we don't have to get over it. We gotta stop it. Now. More children are killing America by guns that have cancer and car accidents.
What happens when you make an egg laugh? It cracks up. Why don't oysters share their pearls? Because they're shellfish. There we go.
On guns when I was president. And by doing nothing, he made the situation
Okay.
considerably worse.
There we go.
Every town, all this summer,
Jim's coming in. Ready for him.
This year on the strength of sustained growth here in the U.S. The bank's latest outlook marks an increase from the 2.4% for 2024 predicted in January, and it would match the global economy's 2.6% expansion in 2023. However, it cautioned that global growth remains sluggish by past standards, and the poorest countries are struggling under the weight of heavy debts and high interest rates, and that increased trade barriers endanger prosperity worldwide. The brutal wars in Ukraine and Gaza are inflicting further pressures on regional economies. Muslim pilgrims have been streaming into Saudi Arabia's holy city of Mecca ahead of the start of the Hajj later this week, as the annual pilgrimage returns to its monumental scale. Saudi officials say more than 1.5 million foreign pilgrims have arrived in the country by Tuesday, the vast majority by air from across the world. More are expected. Hundreds of thousands of Saudis and others living in Saudi Arabia will also join them. The pilgrimage officially begins Friday. Saudi officials have said that they expect the number of pilgrims this year to exceed 2023, when more than 1.8 million performed Hajj, approaching pre-pandemic levels. Apple jumped into the race this week to bring generative artificial intelligence to the masses, spotlighting its new features designed to tip up the iPhone, iPad, and Mac. And in a move befitting a company known for its marketing prowess, the AI technology is known as Apple Intelligence.
We are embarking on a new journey to bring you intelligence that understands you. Apple Intelligence is the personal intelligence system that puts powerful generative models right at the core of your iPhone, iPad, and Mac.
Siri, when is my mom's flight landing? What's awesome is that Siri actually cross-references flight details that my mom shared with me by email with real-time flight tracking to give me her up-to-date arrival time.
And if you jump into a particularly long email when you're in a hurry, you can tap to reveal a summary at the top of the email and cut right to the chase.
Show me my photos of Stacy in New York wearing her pink coat, and Siri will bring those right up. Then you might say, make this photo pop, and Siri will enhance it, just like that.
Because Apple Intelligence is cruising your photo library, you can simply pick someone and create a Genmoji that looks just like them. Apple Intelligence is available for free with iOS 18, iPadOS 18, and macOS Sequoia, bringing you
personal intelligence across the products you use every day. Apple acknowledged during its Worldwide Developers Conference it needs help catching up. Companies like Microsoft and Google, Apple's leaning on ChatGPT to do so, made by the San Francisco startup OpenAI, make its often bumbling virtual assistant Siri smarter and more helpful. Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak reacting to the rollout on Bloomberg.
I especially am afraid of whenever it's some kind of AI that's speaking for me. I want to be myself. I want to be the one speaking. But all the demos today were pretty much, you had a choice to circle some little area and let it go and do its magical wonders, or rewrite something, and you chose to do it, what it was supposed to do, and then as you're looking at the result and determining as a human, how does that make it work? So this is one more type of AI, Apple intelligence. You often ask Siri to do something. That's a very simple statement. Siri knows how to do it. Good. If you ask something that any human being would understand, but slightly complicated, one extra word, Siri sometimes have trouble with it. So I'm hoping to see that finally improve because I like using Siri an awful lot.
Apple's full suite of upcoming features will only work on more recent models of the iPhone, iPad, and Mac because the devices require advanced processors. Reach out to Daily Tech across the board on social media at Mac Radio. More on the way on this Wednesday morning. We are just getting started. Grab a coffee. Let's go.
In a study, it was found that 33% of 44 herbal supplements had no trace of the advertised herb. Don't let that happen to you. Hi, this is Dr. Mitch. If you want to ensure quality, please go to totalwellness.com. Supplements made for physicians only now available to you too. TotalWellness.com, helping you to look good, feel good, and enjoy total wellness.
Will your car perform better with premium gas or regular? What do octane ratings mean? I'm Ron Ananian in the car doctor. Your automotive prescription right after this.
Increase fuel economy up to 7.9% with Hot Shot Secret Gasoline Extreme. The solution to maximize your engine's performance and fuel economy. Whether you're driving a sports car or a daily commuter, Gasoline Extreme is specially formulated with PEA to deep clean. Don't settle for an average driving experience. Upgrade to Hot Shot Secret Gasoline Extreme and go further on each tank. Order now on Amazon or HotShotSecret.com. Hot Shot Secret, powered by science.
Today's modern vehicle, whether it's a car, SUV, or light truck, is designed with a specific fuel in mind. Read your owner's manual. What octane rating does the vehicle manufacturer call for? That's what you should use. But there are exceptions to the rule. Many high-end or luxury vehicles call for premium or higher octane fuel. And the reason for this is not just due to the octane rating. There are better fuel system cleaners in premium fuels. Gasoline companies know too that vehicles that run on premium won't perform as well with carbon deposits. So they pack more cleaning power into their premium fuels than their regular blend. If you rotate your fuel choices around, say, every third tank full, you may find better performance and miles per gallon because you are cleaning your engine and fuel system while you drive. Just don't tell your mechanic you're trying to replace them anytime soon. With your automotive prescription, I'm Ron Ananian. See you next time.
And good Wednesday morning to you. It is Wednesday, June 12th. It is 30 minutes past the top of the hour, 7:30 a.m. And hey, good morning to you, Lake of the Pines. Currently, it is 75 degrees where you're at right now. Looking for a high today of 97 degrees. All right, it is that time. It is time for your daily dad jokes. That's right, make you left side. Probably roll your eyes. If I'm guessing, you're gonna roll your eyes at a few of these, but there's some good ones in there as well. You can send me yours as always live at KAHI.com. Like we had a couple of here. One from Haley G. Let's see. What did the grape say when it got stepped on? Nothing. Just let out a little wine. Oh. How about this one from Katrina H? My boss said he was gonna fire the employee with the worst posture. I have a hunch it's going to be me. No, it's like, get it, Adam. It's like a hunch. A hunch is going to be bad posture. All right, how about this one? Every morning for the past 6 months, I announce loudly to my family that I'm going for a jog, and then I don't. It's my longest running joke of this year. That was a pretty good one. I enjoyed that one. How about this one? Here we go. Got a couple more for you. These will probably make you roll your eyes. What happens when you make an egg laugh? It cracks up. Oh, tell that to the kids. Tell that to the grandkids. That's a good one. Hey, why don't oysters share their pearls? Why not? Because they're shellfish. Oh, that's a good one for the grandkids and the kids too. Why don't oysters share their pearls? Because they're shellfish. And those have been your daily dad jokes for this Wednesday, June 12th. You can, oh man, yeah, I'm rolling my eyes at those ones. Again, you can send me yours live at KAHI.com. Thanks to Haley and Katrina for sending yours in, or you can call me at 530-885-3565. Back with your KAHI weather right after this.
Hi, this is Andrew Twiddle, owner of ABT Plumbing, Electric, Heat and Air. ABT has been in business since 2001. We are thrilled to have been voted Auburn's best plumbing company and best heating and cooling company in Auburn Journal's Best of Auburn promotion. We're very proud to have placed as runner-up in the electrical category as well. Our technicians are experienced and friendly. If you have an issue with your plumbing, your whole house generator, or maybe your furnaces, give ABT a call. Reach us at 530-230-9004 for excellent service. It really is as easy as ABT.
Wednesday morning, the heat advisory will continue today. Mostly sunny skies, 95 to 100. Southwest wind about 10 miles per hour. Wind around 59, 60 overnight, mostly clear skies. Southwest wind at 10 miles per hour Thursday, mostly sunny, not quite as hot, near 90. And we'll stay there 90 Friday with mostly sunny skies. And those 80s will be in the weekend forecast with sunshine. It's a new ride to September from FM 104.5 at AM 950 KAHI.
Catch Sinatra and Friends Saturdays and Sundays.
Million Cillian. Oh yeah, million. Okay, that was the Sicilian. Got it.
Sinatra and Friends weekends brought to you by Naturewood Home Furnishings on Folsom Boulevard in Rancho Cordova. Right here on the Voice of the Wheels, 104.5 FM, AM 950, and streaming all over the world at KAHI.com.
33 minutes past the top of the hour, 7:33 a.m. Coming up in our next segment, Placer County Supervisor Jim Holmes will be in here. We're going to be chatting. Always fun to chat with Jim when he stops by. And in the 8 o'clock hour, today is Falafel Day. Do you know what a falafel is? Well, we're going to have Haseed from Falafel Corner here in Auburn. We're going to talk about falafels. Also want to know what it's like to have a restaurant, what it's like to be a small business owner here in the Auburn area. We'll chat all about falafels, all about that good stuff. Another great place to eat in town here. Off now to America's First News. See you back here in just a little bit.
America's First News continues. 34 minutes past the hour. One person died after being shot on a tour bus Tuesday afternoon that led officers on a wild chase for miles from Atlanta into an cover, striking several vehicles as it barreled through rush hour traffic.
Okay, off now to edit the news.
Followed the dramatic chase of the transit bus, which police said took off after officers responded to a report of gunfire on a bus and a possible hostage situation near downtown Atlanta. Police Chief Darren Shearbaum and Mayor Andre Dickens.
Our 911 center at about 4:30 received a report of an emergency on a bus that was at 45 Ivanhoe Boulevard in the city. It also arrived about 1 minute later when he confronted the perpetrator that then forced the bus driver to drive off. Our initial call was of a gunman on the bus that was holding hostages and possibly there had been a discharge of a weapon. That was the initial 911 call. There were 17 individuals on the bus, including the bus driver. Unfortunately, as the mayor has stated, one individual has died of injuries, which we believe to be a gunshot wound.
My heart goes out to the family of one individual that is deceased at this time. My heart also goes out to the individuals that had to endure this frightening journey across multiple jurisdictions this evening that was on this bus here. And also earlier today, we had individuals at the Peachtree Center mall downstairs at the food court that were shot by another individual.
39-year-old Joseph Greer was taken into custody as police warned all around the bus. Greer had previously been arrested 19 times and had felony convictions, meaning he shouldn't have had a gun, according to the police chief. But like graduating seniors everywhere else, members of Newtown High School's class of 2024 expect bittersweet feelings at their commencement ceremony. Excitement about heading off to college or careers, and sadness about leaving their friends and about 60 of the 330 kids graduating Wednesday will also be carrying the emotional burden that comes from history, and knowing many former classmates won't get to walk across fellow first graders, and 6 educators were killed at San Diego Elementary. And the Supreme Court is headed into its final few weeks, with nearly half of cases heard this year still undecided, including ones that could reshape the law on everything from guns to abortion to social media. The justices are also still weighing whether former President Donald Trump is immune from criminal prosecution in the election interference case against him more than a month after hearing arguments. The court heard 61 cases this term and 24 remain unresolved, with some decisions expected Thursday and Friday. Trump is arguing former presidents are immune from prosecution for official acts they took in office, and that the indictment he faces on charges of election interference must be dismissed. A federal judge Tuesday on a 2023 Florida law that blocked gender-affirming care for transgender minors and severely restricted such treatment for adults, calling the statute unconstitutional. Senior Judge Robert Hinkle said the state went too far when it barred transgender minors from being prescribed puberty blockers and hormonal treatments with their parents' permission. He also stopped the state from requiring that transgender adults only receive treatment from a doctor and not from a registered nurse or other qualified medical practitioner. And he barred a ban on online treatment for transgender adults. The judge said transgender people are constitutionally entitled to the legitimate treatment they need, and, quoting the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr., compared those who oppose it to those who were once against equality for minorities and women. Turning to sports this morning, in Shohei Ohtani, Freddie Freeman, Teoscar Hernandez, and Jason Hayward homered in a 7-run 6th inning as the LA Dodgers routed the defending World Series champion Texas Rangers 15-2 Tuesday. Will Smith blasted a 3-run shot in the first, giving the Dodgers a lead they never relinquished in the opener of the Interleague Series. Their 15 runs were a season high. Aaron Judge hit his major league leading 25th home run with a 436-foot shot, 2-run drive into the fountain behind the center field seats, and the New York Yankees routed the Kansas City Royals 10-1 Tuesday for their 11th win in 14 games. Lane Thomas hit a sac fly in the top of the 10th inning, and the Washington Nationals beat Detroit 5-4. Riley Green turned a 3-run triple into a Little League grand slam as he took home on the throwing yard.
Riley Green charges it. Deep right field, Thomas at the wall, and it's off the base of the fence. This game is tied. Riley Green demolishes the baseball, and he's not done. Here he comes. Tigers lead. And run around the bases for Riley Green.
The call on Valley Sports, Kyle Finnegan, who got the last out in the ninth, pitched a perfect 10th to get the win for the Nats. Randall Grichuk had a 2-run homer as part of a 3-hit night, finishing a single short of the cycle, while Corbin Carroll was a homer shy of the beat. The Arizona Diamondbacks beat the LA Angels 9-4 Tuesday. The Cal Raleigh hit a go-ahead 2-run double in the 7th inning, and the Mariners earned a 4-3 comeback win over the White Sox. It was the second consecutive night that Raleigh drove in the winning run after he hit a walk-off grand slam against Chicago Monday. On the hardwood, Kristaps Porzingis is uncertain if he'll play in Game 3 of the NBA Finals for the Boston Celtics. He has a rare tendon injury in his lower left leg, suffered in the third quarter of Boston's 105-98 win for a 2-series lead. It now shifts to Dallas this evening, where Kyrie Irving says he has to play better. Irving, who's been down 0-2 before, was asked what he told fellow superstar Luka Doncic.
Yeah, well, it started with me. Just telling my hermano, I got to play better for him alongside him. And, in order for us to, accomplish our goal, we both have to be playing well, and we both have to be doing little things and doing whatever it takes to win. So, easy conversation, but it started with me reaching out, just letting him know that it's my fault, taking accountability for not playing particularly well, but also I gotta continue to trust my guys around us or around me, and have fun in the process. We've gotten this far because we've been a great team, not because we've just put it on me and Luka. It's been a total team effort, total organizational effort to get this far. So we just got to keep trusting that. So a pretty simple conversation.
Irving shot only 35% in the first 2 games of these finals in Boston, averaging 14 points and 4 assists in his former home arena. He shot 50% or less in each of his last 10 games against the Celtics. For Boston, Jason Tatum knows he has to play better, shooting a dismal 12 for 38 from the field, just 31%, the worst by far of any starter in the series. Dallas is a rare 2.5-point favorite for Game 3, according to BetMGM Sportsbook, one of the few times this season Boston has been the underdog. In the W, Alana Smith scored 18 points. Kayla McBride had 16 and 8 assists as the Minnesota Lynx beat the Las Vegas Aces 186. All 5 starters for Minnesota scored in double figures. Bridget Carlton and Courtney Williams each had 15, and Nefessa Collier had 14 points, 6 boards, and 6 assists. Las Vegas lost for the 3rd straight game, its worst 10-game start to a season since 2018. They're 5-5. In the first month of the WNBA season drew its highest audience since the league's 2nd season in 1998 and the best TV ratings in history. The WNBA announced Tuesday the figures are the latest evidence of the surging popularity of the league since it added prominent rookies, including Indiana's Caitlin Clark, Chicago's Angel Reese, and LA's Cameron Brink, all of whom with big audiences playing in college. Across all of the networks, games are averaging 1.32 million viewers, nearly tripling last season's average of 462,000. And Tiger Woods is back at the U.S. Open, his first since Wingfoot in 2020, and 19 years after he finished as the runner-up in North Carolina at Pinehurst. Woods says he feels strong enough to win the major, which would be his first since his 2021 car crash in Los Angeles that shattered his right leg and ankle.
So I feel like home. This is, hot human is what we deal with every single day in Florida, so that's nothing new. It's just even making sure that I keep.
Oh God, it's nuts.
The mental tact that the people will bring is still great for all of us. Not just me, but everyone can be tested. Yeah, I do. I do. I do feel like I have the strength to be able to do it. You just matter of doing it. This golf course is going to test every single aspect of your game, especially mentally, and just the mental discipline that it takes to play this particular golf course. It's going to take a lot, and we've been working on that and making sure that I understand the game plan and be ready, to what is.
For Woods, the first step is making the weekend. He set the record at the Masters by making his 24th consecutive cut, but then he missed the cut badly and took the PGA Championship. Reach out to me anytime across the board on social media at Matt Ray Talk. More on the way on this Wednesday morning. You're listening to America's First News.
Breaking news first. America's First News, coast to coast with Matt Ray.
Can you believe, with all the recent violent protests, looting, and destruction, some areas are considering either defunding or abolishing the police? At a time when America's neighborhoods need the protection of police the most, some elected officials would rather create more chaos by playing politics. If you're sick of elected officials giving in to demands of the radical left, you're not alone. It's time we stand up and declare our support for local police.
Good morning, Jim.
Hey, what's up?
How are you?
I'm doing great.
Feels like it's been forever since we've sat down and chatted. Yeah. Went on a business trip, ended up catching COVID from one of my coworkers, and just a huge mess. It was like, I told my wife, I'm like, that's really weird. I'm eating my oatmeal this morning. I can't taste anything. She's like, take a COVID test, would you? It's like, son of a gun. And good Wednesday morning to you. It is Wednesday, June 12th. It is 15 minutes to the top of the hour, 7:45 a.m. here at FM 104.5, AM 950 KAHI, voice of the foothills. Hey, good morning to you, Placerville. Currently, it is 77 degrees where you're at right now, looking for a high today of 95 degrees. Gang, he's back in the house. Placer County Supervisor Jim Holmes. Jim, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thank you very much. Chris.
Glad that you're here. I would say this feels like it's been a hot minute since you and I have had a chance to chat.
It's been a while. It's a pleasure to be in Studio A and worldwide headquarters of Radio KAHI 950 AM and 104.5 FM, the voice of the foothills.
Worldwide headquarters. I love it. I'm having that put on my business card. How have you been since we've last chatted?
You know, it's just been busy. There's stuff going on all the time. And, you know, we've had some losses, community members, you know, Alvin and Eshy, and of course,
Jackie.
Jackie
yeah.
Weston.
Yeah.
So it's just really tough.
Yeah, right.
But just going to, we really lost some good people.
Yeah.
For Placer County. Jackie was just amazing what she did when she took over the chamber, and she took it over.
Yes, yeah.
And so that'll be a hard one to replace.
Yeah. And so glad to see the turnout of folks here in town as they did the
Yeah.
procession through town here yesterday, and love that the chamber streamed it on the chamber's
Yeah.
Facebook page there. So that was really great to see all the procession going.
Yeah,
through. So,
Supervisor Gustafson and I left the meeting and ran down to the
Good,
corner just
good.
to watch it go by.
good.
Yeah, just honor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a big celebration of life for anybody who's interested.
Yeah.
That Saturday at Rec Park here
Right.
at 123 Recreation Drive here in Auburn. So
Yeah.
it's BYOC. Bring your own chair. So if you want a place to sit, but
And it's 4:00, right?
I believe so. I'll
it's-
double check that,
it's
but yeah, I
4,
think it's like from 4 to 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So what do we got, Jim?
Well, yesterday was a very busy meeting. We started at 8:30 and finished up a little after 4.
Oh, boy.
What we did was kind of unique, and I don't know why we've done this before. We have department heads to bring issues that are pretty much just need to be approved by the board.
Mhm.
So what we did, we opened up our meeting at 8:30 and had those items come before and got them out of the way so those folks can go back to work.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it really bothered me when we're sitting in there and there's someone sitting in the audience waiting for their item to come up.
Yeah.
And so anyhow, that we were able to
Well,
do
that's
that.
a good idea.
Well, what happened, we get a lot of public comment.
Yeah.
So we have to go through that, and then these people are still waiting.
Mhm.
So I think that was, our now county executive officer, Daniel Chatney.
Yes.
Probably brought that forward. So I think it's a good thing.
Yeah. Got to hear him yesterday at the Medlars meeting,
Yeah,
by the way.
yeah,
It was
I'm
great to
really-
hear from the new CEO.
Yeah,
there.
I'm really happy that he's doing the job.
Great.
Really, really doing a good job.
Does he have an office? Is it an
Oh, yeah.
office in? Is it right at the?
It's in the domes.
In the domes over
yeah,
there. Okay,
yeah,
off of
right.
Full Wide.
Yeah,
Okay, got it.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then at 9:30, we had a presentation about the mosquito and vector control district.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because you got to be careful out there with all that water.
Well, the West Nile. We don't.
Yeah.
We don't want that coming
Right.
through. Yeah.
And I have to say, the young lady, her name is Megan Lubano, gave a great presentation. And it really had a bite to it.
Oh, doggone it, Jim! Hang on. Oh, I told let me do that again. Adam, that was too quiet. There we go. I told myself to have that ready when you were here. Son of a gun. Okay, there we go. Well, now they were doing some spraying down in Roseville there last week or week before
Yeah,
last, I think.
they have traps all over, and they're just monitoring that all the time.
Yeah.
And the bird flu or whatever that is.
Yeah.
There. So if you find a dead bird in your yard, you should call them, and they'll come and pick it up.
Yeah.
Put it in a plastic bag.
Or in our case, a live bird in our house that our cat brought in the other day.
Oh,
but
yeah.
that's neither here nor there.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah,
And a squirrel, by the way, too, Jim. She brought in, first off, it was a squirrel in the day. And I
Yeah.
thought, why is there a squirrel running around in my room? He didn't make it, by the way. And then later I was like, all right, that's it. She's not going to do any more. Then a full-size bird she just brought right into the house. So why not?
She's
Yeah.
a hunter.
Yeah.
Wow. How big is that? Is your cat?
Yeah, I know. Not big enough, in my opinion, to be bringing in something about half her size. But yeah, anyway. So
Great.
anyway, if you find a dead bird, gotcha. If you find a dead bird, call. Was it called animal control? What should you do with it?
The mosquito and vector control district.
Okay.
You can Google
Is that a sign of the it's probably diseased or?
Well, yeah, they got to check it to make sure that it's diseased.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Okay, that's good
it's
to know.
quite- Yeah, it's like I say, it's a quite a program.
Yeah.
It's kind of we don't think about until this time of the year.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
right.
for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good to know. Good to know.
And then we had a presentation from one of my favorite groups, the Placer County Youth Commission, which I brought to the county in 2009.
Okay.
And these young people are amazing. We have a couple staff members from Health and Human Services that oversee them, but they do what they want to do, what they need to do, and that's for vaping, mental illness.
Yeah.
And what this group has done is financial education about, you're going out in the world, you need to have some education.
Yeah, turns out finances and understanding finances.
Right.
Yeah, the schooling is good and getting the base that we get there. But I don't know if I shared this with you before, but probably one of the things I remember most from, and this was in 6th grade.
Yeah.
We came in one morning just thought it was a normal morning, and our teacher had rearranged all of our desks into groups, into clumps. And basically the assignment was, and then there were 2 desks that were separate from everybody else that they just faced each other. And it was, okay, everybody, you now, the clump that you are in, you are now a family. And you need to name your family, come up with a name, come up with who's going to be the mom and the dad and the kid, the different roles. And it was a whole exercise on budgeting. And so the two smartest guys so I went to a private school, so we kind of went through, there was a group of us that started in elementary school and went all the way through. I don't know if that's typical, but we were in the same physical location from elementary school all the way through high school. And the 2 guys who ended up being the valedictorians were the bankers. They were the 2 smartest guys in the class. And so they got to be the bankers. And so it was a whole, okay, here's your rent, here's your food, here's your, and then you're like, man, these kids are costing me a fortune in 6th grade. Yeah, I will never forget that was such a great hands-on lesson. Learning that, 6th grade.
Yeah, those lessons usually happen at the breakfast table.
Yeah, for sure. Or it's happening now, Jim. Like, I'm talking about, I don't know if we have money for that. We have to go back to the budget there and see what that looks like. Yeah. Well, that's fantastic. That's great.
Yeah, and I always ask the graduating seniors where they're going.
Yeah.
And then 2 of them step forward. The first one's going to some little college back east called Yale.
Hang on, Adam! Darn it. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that little one, that tiny college back there.
The other one's going to Berkeley.
Okay.
I mean, these are smart kids.
Yeah.
They're really, really well spoken. They all give. There was 5 of them that gave the presentation.
Yeah.
So I'm just so pleased to see that that's such a successful program for these.
Yeah. Now, can anybody join? Like,
they have to sign up.
Okay.
I think the application's closed now.
Okay.
For the next year.
Got it.
And many of the students there that are for the first time on, they'll stay through for 2, maybe 3 years.
Got it.
One of the excellent students is the daughter of.
I know it sometimes it escapes my mind too. You're like, I'm going to say something, and that person's out. Yeah. Our former mayor here.
Right, Sophia. She's. I think Sophia's in China or going to China.
Oh wow!
Because she goes to Western Sierra Academy.
Okay.
Taking Mandarin Chinese.
Oh,
yeah. I mean,
interesting.
Yeah.
That just reminds me. I was trying to remember an actor's name yesterday. It just came into my head. Stephen Fry was the actor I was trying to remember. Thank you, Jim, for that. Now back to you.
Oh, okay.
It was one of those moments, just like you had right there, where I was like, and so it was, and Hugh, and he played with this actor, Stephen something, or I can't remember his name, and it just literally came. Calvillo, yep. And Stephen Fry was the actor I was trying to remember yesterday. So now the kids, hang on this just for a little bit, and then we'll need to run to commercial here for just a minute. Is this, how do they find out about this? Is something that they're recruited for, or it's just in the schools?
They're recruited for, but when it first started out in 2009,
there
was some young people that were interested.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of grown.
Okay.
And so through the community, so they're from high schools all throughout the area, Granite Bay, Halifax, of course, Placer.
Jim, I think your touring bus is just pulling up outside. I was like, all of a sudden there's a shadow coming in across the studio. This massive RV is just pulling up outside. Anyway, I'm sorry, Jim.
Blocking out the sun.
Yeah, exactly. The sun is being blocked out here. That thing is ginormous. Anyway, sorry, easily distracted. So it's not just to any one high school then. It's high schools all over the area. Okay.
I think the first or second year that we had this, we actually had a homeless girl.
Okay.
Program, and she did very well.
Interesting.
And those people bond and they know each other. For the rest of
across schools. Yeah, it doesn't matter the school. Yeah, you can across schools, across grades. I'm sure, like all across high school. Is that right? Yeah, that's fantastic.
It's really kind of the hallmark of my career.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Talking to Placer County Supervisor Jim Holmes. Jim, we're going to pause for commercials. We will be back right after this. It just seemed like in the reflection, those things was like, woof. What the heck is that thing?
Dr. Dahlia, weekdays from 9 to noon.
Okay, we'll get you out here. We're getting you out close to 8.
Okay.
You got, okay. I didn't know if you got a run off to anything quickly.
Quickly.
Okay. Semi-quickly. This. Clear that out of there. So who, if Jackie passed away, and then who was? I know they mentioned it at Medler's yesterday. Who else passed away?
Oh, Aldo Taneshi.
Aldo. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Aldo's for anybody that's elected, he's the guy. He was,
Yeah.
and he put people together.
Okay.
You know, if there was somebody that wanted to do a project, needed another to talk to, Aldo would put them together. So he was very unique and just a special. He was a consultant, but very stoic.
Yeah.
You know, just
Yeah.
what you need to do.
Yeah, yeah.
Had a mailing list that was unbelievable.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He got
Wow.
stomach cancer, which is so sad to watch. And he'll
Okay.
be hard to replace.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Was he on? Was he elected?
No,
Or was he
he
just
was a political consultant. He
consulting
worked
around? Okay.
campaigns and,
Got it.
Worked for businesses that had issues.
Yeah.
To put people together. So
Okay.
they didn't know who to talk to. Aldo would know.
Got it.
Put the right people with the right people.
Right. Yeah,
so-
making those connections.
Yeah.
Got it. Ah, okay. Wow. Yeah, isn't it just interesting? That's, when it rains, it pours.
Yeah, it comes in three. You do
Yeah.
okay?
Well, three. Yeah. I think I'm feeling okay, Jim. All right, here we go. 2 minutes to the top of the hour, 7:58 a.m. here at FM 104.5, AM 950 KAHI, Voice of the Foothills. If you're just joining in, talking to Placer County Supervisor, District 3, Jim Holmes. Jim, how are you this morning?
You know, I'm doing quite well after a long day sitting on the Board of Supervisors.
Yeah.
8:30 till 4:30.
Oh, that is a long day. That is a long meeting. I thought I was in some long meetings yesterday.
Well, no, we're coming to the end of our fiscal year, so we got a lot of things on the agenda. Number one is our budget.
Yes.
For fiscal year 24-25. That's hard to say.
Right, yeah.
And so quite a lengthy program, a lot of staff report.
Yeah.
So let me tell you how much it is. It's $1,223,744,843.
Rounded up, I guess. No change there. $1 billion. That's the budget for the county?
Yeah, yeah. And
Oh.
We've had the $1 billion budgets probably the last 3 or 4 fiscal years.
Okay.
Believe it or not, it's down about $5 million.
Okay.
This year.
Wow.
Because of the fluctuation.
Yep.
A lot of this money, about 35 to 40%, is from intergovernmental, like the Health and Human Services.
Okay.
State of California funds that.
Okay.
Gives us the money. It's never enough
Mm-hmm.
to run the programs.
Mm-hmm.
For some of our road projects and building projects, there's state and federal dollars available. So,
Yeah.
So it is a significant.
It's a big number. It's
Yeah.
a big number. Do we know the budget, like compared to other counties in California, about our size? Is that about? Do we know how that compares to other counties?
Generally, when I go to rural county representatives of California,
Mm-hmm.
Some of these smaller counties ask me what our budget is.
Yeah.
You had 4 or 5 counties together, they wouldn't have the same amount. But we
Right,
have
right.
a lot of, development and
Sure.
Property,
Mhm.
appraisals, and so we're in pretty good shape. But
Yeah.
that doesn't mean we have to be very prudent with what.
Yeah, I know the light's coming back to the
Yeah.
studio now. The bus pulled away here. Yeah, my gracious. Interesting. Okay, that's interesting. And that is something that is approved by the board, and then
Yeah.
does it go
Well,
on for final?
Yeah, it'll be final. We'll do it on the 25th.
Okay.
June.
Okay.
And then that's the end of our fiscal year.
Okay.
Now there'll be some changes as we move forward. As they finally close the books, it'll take probably in August before the books are closed, and we'll see where we're at. But
Got it. Okay.
we're in pretty good shape, but that doesn't mean we have to let our
You can't.
guard down.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
You can't take your foot off the gas or anything like that.
Right.
Make
Because
sure
you know
that,
what's
yeah.
going through the state this fiscal year.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows what's going to happen in the state next year? So
Mhm.
we have plenty of reserves in place. We're very comfortable about that. They always come in handy when there's a downturn, and we've had to utilize that during the 2000 when the .com crash,
Mhm.
and then the housing crisis in
2008. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we weathered the downturn.
Yeah, always prudent to be prepared for
Yeah.
times that you can't
Yeah,
necessarily see coming. But
I have
yeah.
this philosophy. I don't like to spend money that we don't have.
Yeah. Turns out that's a good. I learned that in 6th grade, Jim.
Yeah, right.
Still learning that today. Like, oh yeah, they probably shouldn't spend on that if we don't have it. So, yeah. Okay. What else? We've got the famous
quickly,
blue
we've got
paper
the,
here.
Our public works department brought the special elections ballot, potential ballot for the transportation sales tax.
Okay.
We're probably going to put on the ballot in the November election.
Yep.
This is we did in 2016 countywide. We had a lot of outreach, and it looked like we were going to pass, but we only got a little bit more than 63%.
Okay.
And so knowing that we need more improvements on particularly State Route 65 going southbound, and of course Interstate 80, and the intersections there in Rockland. So we formed a transportation sales tax district made up of the cities of Lincoln, Roseville, and Rockland. And so the polling looks good.
Yeah.
We've been working on it since 2016 or 2017. So it looks like we're going to be on the ballot for November.
Okay.
To pass a half-cent sales tax.
Yeah, and it's just for those areas right there, right?
Right.
That sales tax is there.
We tried to do countywide,
Yeah.
which would benefit everyone. But in order to get state legislature wouldn't let us go any further. We were able to.
Okay.
Senator McGuire required us to have it in. And so it's necessary. The value of that, besides the tax coming in, we can leverage that. We can bond for that because we can have resources coming, and so that's going to speed up expansion of it.
When you say bond for that, what does that work? How does that kind of like I'm a 5th grader? What does that mean? Kind of high level?
If we have a project like say Route 65, so we need the money for that. So we have to bond for that, but we have collateral. We see they've got this income coming in.
Okay.
And it's we have to match.
Yep.
With those funds. So
got it.
So anyhow, hopefully that'll pass, and it's not for more. It's to take care of the traffic that we have already.
Right.
Which if you ever get on 65 southbound,
it ain't getting any less.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that.
Right,
yeah, not at all.
That's very important for all the industry out there, the manufacturing out in Roseville and Rockland.
Yeah, don't we have isn't there a new Bosch factory coming out there? Yeah, we've got a new factory coming in. In Roseville there. Yeah. So
$1 billion issue.
Yeah.
And so it's just important. And on Highway 80 is it's a commercial transportation for all from
main hub.
The main hub.
Yeah.
We see as many trucks, and so
all the way.
So we have to do particularly the interchanges. The one down if you turn off to Rockland, Rockland Road, it's a disaster trying to figure out how to turn.
All the work that they're doing right now, and all the I know they're putting in an extra lane there, and it's a big deal. There's a lot of work going there, probably needed for a long time, and I think we're rerouted down, not even near Douglas. I think it's going to go kind of back there a little bit too. But work that it's going to be done now, we're going to have to be done later, right? So at some point, this has to happen. Yeah.
And doing nothing is not.
Yeah, not really not.
Right.
Yeah, because people can't say, "Sorry, guys, we've driven up this road. It's out of it's used its time now." So, Jim, thanks so much as always for coming in. Always a pleasure to have you in here. Anything? Last couple seconds that we have here. Anything else that we should know before we run off to?
No, I'm glad we were able to catch up. It's been a while.
It has been a while. Yeah, I was out sick the last time that you were here, but no, feeling well, and you're looking well. So. And yeah, I know, right? Let's just knocking on my head here, knock on wood as we're wrapping up here. Hey, Jim, we'll see you here in a couple of weeks after the next board meeting here. And until then, I hope you have a fantastic. Any vacation plans? Are you guys taking any trips this summer? By the way,
No, I don't have anything planned. My schedule is so busy that I
Yeah.
have to, So I don't know. Maybe our kids live in Southern California.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'd like to get down there sometime.
Good.
And,
I'm having my family come to me. I'm like, you guys live in Kansas. You come out and visit
Well,
me.
there you go.
today.
Well, that's an option as well. So actually, I hired a van, so my daughter and her family and our son and his family could all come up together with the dog.
Perfect. Oh yeah. I'm here. You guys come up to me.
Yeah,
They're all coming out, so they're excited to do it. We're gonna hit up all the spots around here. Jim, thanks so much for coming in. We're gonna head off to America's First News. We'll see you here again in a couple weeks.
All right. Thank you.
Bye bye. Oh, I got it. That thing is squirrely. Jim, as always.
Alrighty.
Yeah, glad to have you in here. And I know I'll talk. I'll arrange it with the office. I was looking. There's a couple of business trips that I have coming up here that overlap with a couple. This I think it's in August, so I'll make sure that we get the schedule updated there. So I work for Nitrogen. So we used to be Riskalize, but
that's what what's his name?
yeah, Aaron Klein. Yeah. So he was the CEO. He's a board member now. So been there for 8 years now. So yeah.
And where's
Here, Auburn. Well, we had 2 talent hubs for a long time. So here in Atlanta.
Yeah. Okay. You were saying?
Oh, so we have here. We had offices here in Atlanta, and then we have a lot of engineers in Poland. So, but then since COVID, it's just remote. So it's all over the country now. But it's a good. Founded locally here. A couple of. So we're on Nevada Street. So we started at Elm.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right over there at that that building that sat empty for years. Yeah. And that was a great building. Man, it was a quirky building, but that was a fun building to be in. And then outgrew that and got to Nevada Street over there next to the movie theaters. And so we still have some folks there, but we're mostly all remote. Like I work.
Yeah.
I go into the office when I need to, but otherwise I just work from home. I like it that way. But yeah, it's great. And we've got a new CEO now. Aaron is he moved to Idaho. He's up in Boise. Well, their house is still here. They have a house here, but they're also up in Boise now as well. So
his kids go to Boise State.
One just graduated. I think actually one is going to Boise. One just graduated, and so I think he's going to Boise State. They're building a house in Eagle, which is Granite Bay of Boise, I guess. But but it's still cool to have connections with him. He's like still on the board and all that good stuff. So, but yeah, it's been a good company to work for. I've really enjoyed being there with them. So,
alrighty.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Okay.
Appreciate it. I'll see you in a couple weeks here.
Alrighty.
Have a great day. Any breakfast? Are you going to breakfast now or breakfast meetings?
I have a meeting with some
I love it. Thanks, Jim. See ya.
Stands in the way of this deal. And that's us. So, my primary first message today to every government, to every multilateral institution, to every humanitarian organization that wants to relieve the massive suffering in Gaza, get Hamas to take the deal. Press them publicly. Press them privately. And Hamas should not require much convincing. After all, the proposal is nearly identical to one that Hamas itself proposed on May the 6th.
Even as the U.S. has said Israel accepted the deal, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has given conflicting signals, saying Israel won't stop until its goal of destroying Hamas is achieved. And his far-right coalition allies have rejected the proposal, threatening to bring down his government if he ends the war without destroying Hamas.
Haseed.
Hello.
Chris.
How are you?
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate you being here. We will jump on in about 4. Man, you are right on time. Is this your first time being in here?
First time.
Oh yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah, so I'll give you a quick tour.
Okay.
So we call this Studio A. It's very glamorous radio.
Okay.
And then this is our main office right over here. I don't like all the fluorescent lights. This is our
Therefore, I expect les grands to agree to have Nate de Lee
positions training for them, and also to be alone.
In this building, since like the early 2000s. And the radio station's been around since like the 1950s or something, like a long time. Yeah. So yeah, it's been different spots. I think originally it was down Highway 49, further down towards Dry Creek over there. But yeah, it's been in this building for a while now. So pretty simple. Like I'll have you don't have to put them on now, but the headphones right there, and that way you can kind of hear and hear everything that's going on. The microphone, you can just kind of swing it if it's about finger's length away from your mouth right there. And yeah, today I have so I got a little calendar that just basically says, every day is a different day, and today is falafel day. Yeah. And I'm like, well, why not? So my wife helps. She's kind of I think she's the one that reached out. She originally. Yeah. And sorry for the mix-up in communication today. When I was like texting you yesterday, I'm like, I don't know if he knows about this, if it was confirmed.
She did call me, but I didn't know if it was confirmed or not.
Okay. Yeah. So apologies there, but appreciate you being willing to come in. So we'll start in about a minute and a half here. I'll just go hi. We're going to talk about so we'll talk about Falafel Corner. Like I have some questions of just like what it's like to have, what inspired you to be a part of the organization? Now this is a franchise, right? Yeah, it's part of the franchise. Yeah. Maybe talk about what makes the restaurant unique. So we can talk about like kind of some of the unique features. Let's talk about the cuisine that we offer. It's Falafel Day. Is that like a thing, an ingredient? Like I think of like a hero, which I know you guys have heroes as part of the menu.
Yeah,
but I know it's different.
Took some notes.
Okay, good.
Some notes.
Okay,
good. I was gonna read it off my phone for you.
Love it.
Yeah,
love it. Talk about like, hey, what are some of the most popular dishes with customers? And one thing that I'd like to start off is just like, hey, tell me a little bit about you, about your story, like what brought you to the area, how you got here, what made you want to get started in that. Is that anything off limits that you're like, don't ask me about last Tuesday because it was terrible.
It's actually a pretty good story.
Okay.
I'm an Afghan refugee who came in 2016.
I love it.
And I started working with Falafel Corner at 2021.
Okay.
And the CEO has actually been really helpful.
Okay.
He's helping a lot of people out. So I got the opportunity to own this location.
I love it.
At 19.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good. Okay, so I'll start with that. So just folks kind of get to kind of know a little bit about your story, if that's cool. And then we'll talk about that and just what it's like to have a small business here and how people can find you and how they can help and support and all that good stuff. So yeah. So we'll go for a couple of minutes. We'll break for a commercial. And then go ahead and put the headphones on there for me. And good Wednesday morning to you. It is Wednesday, June 12th. It is 14 minutes past the top of the hour, 8:14 a.m. And hey, good morning to you, Auburn. Currently 79 degrees right now, looking for a high today of 97 degrees. Gang, the hits just keep on coming. We have Haseed here from Falafel Corner. It's Falafel Day. Haseed, welcome to the show. Thanks for coming in today.
Good morning.
I'm glad that you're here today. Now, Falafel Corner, remind us where that is again.
Bowman Road.
Okay.
Bowman Road.
Yeah. It's near the bowling alley there a little bit, isn't it? Kind of close by there.
Yes, we're right next to Beach Hut Deli.
Beach Hut, okay.
Yeah.
That's what you need to say is Beach Hut. You can see it from the freeway right there as you're driving down 80. Now, tell me, I would love to know a little bit. Obviously, not from around here originally. Would love to know a little bit about your story and what brought you to the area here.
Yeah. So I was born and I grew up in Afghanistan.
Okay.
So when my dad passed away, we had to move to America in 2016.
Okay.
And I started working with Falafel Corner 2021.
Okay.
Right out of high school when I was a freshman.
Okay.
And I learned everything from Sajjad Shakur, the CEO of Falafel Corner.
Okay.
And he kind of helped me, give me the opportunity to own a Falafel Corner in Auburn.
Wow.
So I took the opportunity.
Okay. Now, did you go to high school when you came to America? Did you go to high school? Where did you land at first, and then did you come here, or where?
We were in Buffalo, New York.
Okay.
For about a year and a half.
Okay.
Then we moved to Sacramento.
Okay.
And I went to Natomas High School.
Okay.
It's actually like 5 minutes from the original Falafel Corner, which was started in 2018.
Ah, okay. Now Falafel, it's a franchise, but and now you have the opportunity to be a franchise owner. Now how old were you when you started taking over the one here or open the one here?
18.
Oh,
but I'm
holy
19
cow!
now.
Are you really? That is fantastic. I love hearing that. So tell me a little bit about the journey of you started working there, started working out of high school, have this entrepreneurial spirit. How has it been going for you so far?
It's been going good.
Okay.
A lot of people still don't know we have gyros because it's a totally different food than what it is mostly in Auburn.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Mexican restaurants and stuff.
There is.
But we're still new in the area.
Yeah.
We're still new. So people are still finding out about gyros and falafels.
Okay, I had a hero the other day. A hero spelled with a G, by the way, and I think kind of Mediterranean type food. And it seems, if you're not used to it, it seems a little different. Do I want to try that? I forgot how good a hero is. So it's like tell me what a hero. It's like a flatbread with veggies inside, some meat.
Yeah, so gyro, pronounced gyro, is a Greek dish consisting of meat cooked on vertical broiler and served in a pita with various toppings. The word gyro literally means turn and refers to meat's rotation on this spit. Gyro is usually made with lamb and beef, and you can get it as a wrap, side, or platter. And shawarma is an Arabic word that also means turn, referring to the thin slices of meat stacked in an inverted cone and roasted on a vertical spit. We make our shawarma out of chicken breast tenders, marinate them in our secret spices, and grill them to perfection. And it can be enjoyed in a wrap, bowl, or platter.
Okay, now okay, I'm hungry. Now I'm hungry. Just I was looking at some of the pictures on the website too, just looking at them. Now, is it one of the things I remember when I was about your age, actually, and I went over to France and when I was in Paris, and the first thing that I saw was where they shaved the meat just right off of the lamb. They basically have it on the big round thing, spit, I think, or something like that. Yeah. And they would just shave it down and shave the meat right on it, and it was chef's kiss. It was so good. Is that kind of similar there? Do you guys have the meat there and you just shave it right down there, or is it cooked in the back? How is the meat prepared?
We have the spinner.
Okay.
We call it a spin.
Okay.
Yeah, it just spins around.
Okay.
Whenever we get a customer, we cut the meat, put it in a pita, and add the toppings they like.
Oh, it's so good with a little feta cheese. Is there some feta cheese that goes?
It's optional. You can add feta cheese, but it's usually with tzatziki.
Oh, tzatziki.
Tzatziki,
Okay.
it's yogurt sauce.
Okay.
And tahini sauce.
Okay. Yeah. So now, can you tell us a little bit? Because I wasn't sure how to pronounce. I saw tzatziki. Okay, so that's how you say it, tzatziki.
Yeah, tzatziki. Yeah.
Okay.
It's spelled like it looks like tzatziki.
That's exactly what I thought. I was looking at it on the website. Like, I have no idea how to pronounce that tzatziki sauce there. Okay. So can we talk a little bit about what's in that sauce? I know you said there was some secret sauce in there. Yeah. You can't talk. What can we talk about?
It contains sour cream, yogurt, fresh cucumbers, mint, parsley.
Haseed, I'm getting
much more.
Oh, yeah. What a great! Well, it's a great food all year long, but especially for a hotter day, like what a great summer food with some of the fresh ingredients. I'm sure. Now, when it comes to it being falafel day, falafel, is that an ingredient? Is that a dish? What is falafel? Is that different than a hero, or what's the difference there?
It's different, yeah. So falafel is the deep fried vegetarian bowl or patty made out of bean spices, and it's really popular in Middle East, all throughout Middle East, like Egypt, Syria, Lebanon, Turkey, and Israel, where it's the national dish. Each of the countries have their own unique techniques and flavor profiles on it.
Yeah.
So we start our falafels with quality garbanzo beans, add fresh ingredients such as parsley, garlic, onions, and our proprietary spices. And once fried, you can have these as a side, wrap, platter with rice, hummus, salad, and a pita.
Okay, yeah, I'm looking at a picture of it right now, and it's looking good. So maybe for somebody who's maybe more vegetarian, is there any meat in that, or is it all?
It's all fresh veggies.
All fresh veggies. Okay, yeah. Haseed, I'm trying to eat less meat, so I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh, that actually might be a great option for me to do a falafel. Talking to Haseed from Falafel Corner here in Auburn. We're going to break for commercials. We'll be back right after this. Okay, awesome, man. This is really great. So we can go for about 8 or 9 more minutes. Is that okay? Is that good? Okay, perfect. Awesome. All right, let me get this. There's some commercials I can skip around. So if they're in yellow, I have to play them.
And then like 3 seconds.
Yeah. So it's good. Yeah, you got it. Yeah. So there's 3, 2, 1, and then it'll automatically play this next one. And then when we get to a talk break, that's when it basically stops, and then we can chat again.
Okay.
And then so we'll talk about maybe just talk about more on.
So our restaurant is halal.
Okay.
A lot of people get confused what halal is and the word Mediterranean.
Got it. Okay, let's talk about that because I saw halal on there on the website.
It says halal right there too.
Yeah. So that's where I was like, oh yeah. Okay, let's talk about that. Everything feeling okay though? Does it feel okay? Perfect. Yeah.
Just having a conversation.
That's all. We're just chatting. We're just having a conversation. So let me reset my timer here. Okay, so we'll finish this one. We got about 15 seconds here, and then we'll jump right back in. What are you doing Sunday? 22 minutes past the top of the hour, 8:22 a.m. here at FM 104.5, AM 950 KAHI, voice of the foothills. You're just joining in, talking to Haseed from Falafel Corner. Now, we were just talking about, I've got the website up here. Folks can go to, it's fcorner.com. Now, this is the menu that you guys have. I know it's a franchise, but this is the menu that you guys have in your restaurant. Is that right?
Yes,
Same thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there is about 45 locations, I believe.
Okay.
But we don't have like burgers, wings, quesadillas.
Okay, I noticed I saw burgers on there. I'm like, when I went in there, I don't remember seeing burgers as an option.
Yeah, the burgers are really good too.
Okay.
But I don't have them here in Auburn right now.
Okay.
I'll probably add them later on, but we don't offer those.
Okay, there's something called a Philly wrap. Is that what I think it is?
It's like Philly steak,
Okay.
Cheese, bell peppers, onions, everything grilled.
Oh my gosh, Haseed, I look at all of these pictures and I am sold. I just looking at how it is. Now it says now halal here. So we were talking during the break here, difference about halal and Mediterranean. Help me understand that a little bit.
So halal is an Arabic word that means permissible in English. It's often used to describe foods that are allowed to be eaten by Muslims. Halal, however, is not just about dietary restrictions. It's also about the treatment of the animals themselves. Halal food must be prepared with the minimal suffering to the animal and the pronouncement of God's name at the beginning of the process. We at Falafel Corner only use high-quality meat that is certified halal, hand-cut, antibiotic-free, cage-free, humanly raised, fed 100% vegetarian diet, and USDA inspected.
So yeah, the animals that have been basically taken care of in a way. Yeah.
They have to be like feel the minimal pain. Usually it's like a sharpest knife or a blade, and they just cut right down the throat.
Yep. And animals animals that have been grass fed, taken care of, basically. Like the meat is so much better. You can tell that there's been extra attention that's been taken to it. It's just overall the quality. And for an animal that I know that, we're going down this road. We're going to go a little bit, but basically, if there isn't a shot of adrenaline right before the animal is killed, that helps the meat. Not having that adrenaline shot in there for whatever way that they're killed. If it's a more humane, I don't know if that's the right way to say it.
Yeah.
Before they're killed. Okay, that's good to know, and it's good to know that designation there. Tell me a little bit about now. You said this a little bit, but as far as what makes Falafel Corner unique, I think as far as a lot of restaurants in the area, it is different as far as the menu items. Now you said that I did see that there was burgers and chickens and sandwiches. Now you guys don't have that, but the bowls here. Tell me a little bit about the bowls that you have. You guys have those there?
Yeah. We have the bowls, bowls, falafel, and chicken shawarma bowls.
Okay.
And what's special about Falafel Corner, I want to point out two things. So one of them is obviously the quality.
Yeah.
We always use the best quality foods and items. And our prices are really, really low.
Yeah.
Really low.
Having a family of 4, we went in there the other day, and when I got the bill, I was like, okay, yeah, we can do this. That was very helpful. Tell me about, what are some of the dishes? What are some of your most popular dishes? Is there one that's just far above all the others, or are there a couple?
It's the falafel platter,
Okay.
and that's the first. And the second one is the combination platter.
Okay.
So all of our platters come with rice, the two sauces, tzatziki and tahini,
Okay.
hummus, pita, and a side salad.
Got it. Okay. I got to ask, what's your favorite?
My favorite is the Badmash burger.
Oh,
So
tell me about that.
Badmash means gangster.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Say that word again.
Badmash.
Badmash. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Badmash burger.
Okay.
It's a two-patty burger that comes with eggs, bacon, American cheese, and it's really good. Yeah.
Okay. Oh my gosh. If you're just joining in, talking to Haseed from Falafel Corner here in Auburn. What's the address again for the restaurant?
13479 Bowman Road, Auburn, CA 95603.
Got it. It's up by the bowling alley over there. If you know where Beach Hut is, it's right over there. It's a great place to stop it. I love how the inside looks. Tell me a little bit. Like the inside is really, really nice. If folks are going there, can either take it out or sit down and have a meal right there. Is that right?
Yeah. The inside dining area is pretty nice too. But
Yeah.
we're not that like gimmicky restaurant. Not about the style or nothing. It's
Yeah.
all about the food at Falafel.
Yeah. But it's nice. It's clean in there. It's new, very new service. Because I think it got redone in there a little bit to nice and shiny surface there. That's fantastic. Okay. Looking ahead, I want to just kind of talk about your vision for the restaurant there, like what you hope it'll be, and maybe a couple of years time. Like what do you see for the future for the restaurant there?
Planning on bringing new food to the community.
Yeah.
To Auburn.
Okay.
As I've seen here, a lot of people not have tried many different foods.
Yeah.
And when they have gyro or falafels, they get really excited and they it.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
And I was thinking about probably adding like some kebabs or a few other special items in the next couple of months.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now, do you guys do catering as well? Is that something that somebody can have something catered, or what is that?
Yes. Yeah. We do catering too. It's in servings of 10.
Okay.
It starts at 10. That's
Okay.
the minimum, and it goes up to however many.
I love it.
You need,
Take me through. We've got a couple minutes left here. I would just love to know, for you as the owner, as somebody who's been doing this for a while now, and still so young. Like, I'm so impressed, Haseed, by you're out there, you're doing it at even such a young age now. Take me through your day. Like, what does a day look like for you?
So every day I wake up at 7.
Okay.
I come to the restaurant, open, cut some fresh veggies, prepare,
Yeah.
cook the rice, and make sure everything's clean, everything's ready for the customers. We open at 11, so right at 10:30 we start cooking the meat.
Okay.
For our lunch rush.
Yeah.
And then I'm there every day. We're closed on Mondays.
Okay.
But we close at 8. So right when we close at 8, then I help clean up.
Yeah.
We're there till like 10. It takes about 2 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Then I head home.
Yeah.
It's actually a drive for me too, because I live in West Sacramento.
Oh, you do? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So
yeah.
Oh my gosh, you have some long days here. Well, thank you for coming up. I know you're probably going to be heading over there, but thank you for coming up this morning and getting up here and hanging out with me this morning. So again, remind us there of the address there and the hours that you guys are open, and just and encourage folks to come and check it out.
Yeah, the address is 13479 Bowman Road, Auburn, CA 95603. Our hours are 11 to 8. Mondays closed.
Okay, got it. And if I'm coming in there, let's just say first time, what would you recommend to somebody coming in there for the first time? Maybe just to start to dip their toe into the waters.
I would say the wraps.
Okay.
So the gyro wrap or the falafel wrap. So it depends kind of if you're more of a meat guy or
Okay, yeah.
vegetarian.
Yeah. So and the idea again is falafels, that's kind of more on the vegetarian side of things. Okay, got it.
And then of course you have the chicken. Sure. Chicken.
Got it. Oh God, I love the chicken. Haseed from Falafel Corner. Haseed, thank you so much for coming in and talking with me here for a little bit. Again, remind us again where the restaurant is and how folks can get a hold of you.
The address is 13479 Bowman Road, Auburn, CA. And everybody can place an order by phone too, of course. Our phone number is 530-537-2355.
Awesome. All right, we'll be back right after this. That was awesome, man.
Did I mess up anything?
No, you were great. You were great. No, that was great. I loved just kind of hearing all about it, and I love what you said about, like folks like having a different variety of food here.
Yeah,
it's seems monoculture in a way of like, yeah, there's Mexican food or there's your fast food chains, but to have something different. I know when my wife saw it, she's like, "Oh my gosh, we gotta go in, we gotta try that." And so loved it when we were in there. Absolutely had a great time in there and enjoyed the food. So yeah, and my brother and sister-in-law live right around the corner from it. So.
That's awesome. You should come by sometime too.
Yeah. We'll come in and say, I'll look for you. We'll come in and say hello and chat with you.
Yeah, thank you.
So,
It was nice talking to you.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, and we'll see if are you back open for coming in again? If we can get you in here again sometime.
Yeah, anytime.
Awesome.
I mean, if I was okay, you know.
Yeah, it was great, man. It was great. No, I know you got a lot going on and you got a busy schedule, so it's a long drive. For me, that's a long drive anyway. So. Anyway,
does this get recorded too? Or
yeah, you want me to send you the recording?
Yeah.
Give me write down an email address. Sorry, I should have offered.
You want to text it to you?
Oh yeah, no, I've got you. Shoot me a text, and I'll get
good.
you a copy of the recording.
Thanks,
Haseed. Yeah, you can put it on the website or put it wherever you want to. It's free for you to use. I'll send you an MP3 file.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, man. Talk to you later. "32 minutes past the top of the hour, 8:32 a.m. here at FM 104.5, AM 950 KAHI, voice of the foothills. Hey, good morning to you, Shingle Springs. Currently 79 degrees where you're at, looking for a high today of 96 degrees. My thanks to Haseed from Falafel Corner for coming in. It's Falafel Day. It's on the calendar, Falafel Day. So if you haven't had a chance to try that out, we tried it out a while back, and it is absolutely delicious. If you're not like, I don't know what a falafel is or a hero is, it's hero. It's spelled with it. It's spelled Gyro, by the way. Mediterranean food. It is absolutely fantastic. Give it a try. I had a hero the other day, and I was so happy with my food choice there. So again, my thanks to Haseed for coming over, and also Placer County Supervisor Jim Holmes. We had a great discussion today. Hey, by the way, we just want to check in with sports ball real quick. Producer Adam, play the sports music real quick. Just want to give you a heads up that the A's are going to be playing again on the KAHI here today. They're going to be playing this afternoon. We've got an afternoon game. Radio start time is at 12:30 p.m. this afternoon. The game is going to be at 1:10. First pitch is at 1:10 p.m. this afternoon. So again, make sure that you catch the A's here on KAHI, as we're going to have an afternoon game. By the way, they lost to the Padres yesterday in extra innings. Walk-off homer there. Padres won that 4-3, but we'll be rooting for the A's to win this one today. But hey, as we're finishing up here today, gang, as always, remember to be kind, be honest, be yourself, and remember you can't hate somebody if you're hugging them. Have a fantastic rest of your day. I'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning. Back now to America's First News.
America's First News.
We hit it. Okay.
Miles from Atlanta into an outlying suburb, striking several vehicles as it barreled through rush hour traffic, with frightened passengers aboard.
KAHI Radio.
Helicopters followed the dramatic.
Hi, Judy. Oh, really? Oh. Yeah. No. It's, it's kind of straight. Yeah, because we used to live right off of Millertown right over there, Mount Vernon. And so, yeah, it was always hit and miss with stuff out there. It's so weird. You think you're close to town, but then it's also like you're in another, I don't know where. Yeah, exactly. No, that's exactly it. So I wonder too, I just kind of wonder with, who knows? Who knows, Judy? It's like solar. Is there like a solar flare going on? Because I know that I don't. There's probably more information than you need to know or want to know. But basically, the signal shifts just depending on the time of day as well. I can't imagine that it wouldn't be. I mean, you're literally right down the road. But like it'll shift like kind of towards the east at one point and then towards the west, because there's also a station up in Washington that's 950 on the 950 band. And so like we have to kind of do a dance around that. So anyway, inside baseball for you. But yeah, we're here. Yeah. Yep. Awesome. Oh, hey, I'm glad you called back. So I talked to I got a heads up on Dr. Dahlia, and she's back for 2 hours right now. So we're looking for something to fill in the 11 o'clock to the 12 o'clock hours. So she basically, the network that she was on basically ceased operations. So she's been having to find how to distribute her show. So basically they're sending us the show, and we've got 2 hours for now, and she'll do that for now. And then if she goes back to 3 hours, well, I think so. Yeah. And so anyway, well, no, it was a good question too. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, I know we chatted about it, and I wanted to make sure I got you an answer there. So, so that's where we're at for now. Awesome. Thanks, Judy. You do the same. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
And women. Turning to sports this morning, in Shohei Ohtani, Freddie Freeman, Teoscar Hernandez, and Jason Hayward homered in the 7th sixth inning as the LA Dodgers routed the defending World Series champions. Rangers.
That's another good
Tuesday. Will Smith blasted a 3-run shot in the first, giving the Dodgers a lead they never relinquished in the opener of the Interleague Series. Their 15 runs were a season high. Aaron Judge hit his major league leading 25th.
Okay. Thanks for tuning in today. Bye.